orange. Unique speaks Chrissy. Oh yeah, Chrissy, Chrissy, Chrissy. You know the deal, 'cause she's tryna heal. It's healing speaks Chrissy. Oh yeah. She's trying to heal. It's healing speaks Chrissy. Oh yeah. She's authentic and real, 'cause she's trying to heal. It's healing speaks Chrissy. Strong like a rock, 'cause she's all that she's got. It's healing speaks Chrissy. Makes you laugh and cry, feeling good inside. It's healing speaks Chrissy. Oh yeah, Chrissy, Chrissy, Chrissy. I don't think you heard me. You know the deal, 'cause she's trying to heal. I said it's healing speaks Chrissy. Oh yeah, you know the deal, 'cause she's trying to heal. It's healing speak Chrissy. Oh yeah, Chrissy, Chrissy, Chrissy. Let me say it one more time. You know the deal, 'cause she's trying to heal. It's healing speaks Chrissy. Oh yeah. Let me say it one more time. You know the deal, 'cause she's trying to heal. It's healing speaks Chrissy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. ausente e o único speaks.
All right, let me take myself off mute. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. This is the midweek check-in. Okay, so I have some questions to help start off the midweek check-in. I think I see like 3 people in here. So welcome, whoever you are. If you would like to check in about how your week's been so far, yeah, you can do so by clicking the link if you want to come up on the panel, or you can type your answers in the chat. So welcome in, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Let me get this out of the way. All right, let's reset this, close this out. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Come on in. I see some people coming in. This is my midweek check-in live. This is just something that I do once a week because I just like to check in on everybody to see how they're doing. How's their week been? I do have some questions to help out with the midweek check-in. I do have a link if anybody would like to come up and yeah, speak their answers on the panel. Or you can just type them out in the chat. If you do not want to come up, that is fine. But I hope everybody is having a wonderful week so far. I'm just going to wait until some people start to say things in the chat so that we can get started with this midweek check-in. But how's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Feel free to come up to check in, or please check in the chat. I would like to know how everyone is doing. All right, I see Dee's in here. Hey Dee, how's it going? You got the #1 crown. Dee is in here. So yes, Dee, since you're in here, I was not able to do any kind of live streaming on Monday, Tuesday, because I know I told you I was going to go live. I think this was Wednesday. No, this was Sunday, I think. And I said I was going to go back live, but I wasn't able to. I remember you saying that you had a topic. So yeah, so don't worry, I did not forget. I know you said you had a topic. I don't know if you forgot, but I'm just letting you know that I did not forget. So yeah, so you could definitely share what you wanted to share. Dee says, nice using StreamYard. Yes, I'm going to give the StreamYard a try because, yeah, the other software is just too complicated. StreamYard is just straight to the point. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. I see another person in here, whoever you are, welcome. But yeah, I have some questions to make check-in more easier for those that get stuck or they just don't say much or, how they check in. So I got some questions up there that I created, just 4 easy little questions. So, we can start off by just saying how are you? How are you doing right now? And then, how's your week so far? And number 3 is the highlight of the week. If you had any highlights of the week that you would like to share, like, okay, something, that stood out the most to you this week so far. That's number 3. And then number 4 is, what is one thing you can do to ensure you have a good rest of the week? So yeah, what is one thing you can do for yourself to ensure that you are going to have a good rest of the week? What is one thing that you plan to do? And that's it. Just easy peasy questions to get the midweek check-in going in case people get stuck on how to answer it. Sometimes I get a lot of people that just says, oh, my week was good, and then that's it. Not to say that I want people to share, personal things, but I want to hear more than just good. So yeah, you can start off by typing typing your answers in the chat. Let's see here. D says, let me back it up here. Oh, I remember you said you were sick too. D, you said, it's fine. I passed out and I still got, oh no, the allergies. Yeah, I think you mentioned the flu. So it's allergies. So are you still sick by chance? I know you said you had the flu. So allergies too, huh? Thank goodness I only get allergies in the spring. They only hit me in April and May. About April and May, I'm stuffy and all that stuff. But after that, I'm okay. And I didn't start getting allergies until I moved out of town. Once I moved from my hometown to a whole nother, place, that's when I started getting seasonal allergies. Because where I live now, it's a lot of trees. Where I live now, I live up north, so Northern California is way more nature than Southern California. A lot more trees and bushes and things like that. So yeah, I started getting allergies in like 2014, seasonal allergies. It's crazy. D also says my week has been mid-lights. Definitely explain what you mean by that. My week has been mid-lights. But yeah, you can answer some of these questions here, D, as well. I want to know how you're doing. How's your week so far? Well, you just said it's mid-light. And then what is a highlight of the week if you haven't a highlight of the week? And then what is one thing you plan to do to ensure that you have a good rest of the week? D says, yes, still sick. Gosh, wow, been sneezing my life away. Oh no. And this cold won't go away even after taking meds. Wow. So I can actually have a pretty good idea of how your week's been. You just probably just been focusing on trying to get better, I'm sure. Lots of rest and sleeping and just trying to come over this sickness. I'm sorry to hear that you're still sick. I hope you feel a lot better. Yeah, you definitely answered number one. Number one, you're still sick. Well, in case you want to know, in case you want to answer how your week's been. Well, like I said, you've been sick, so there's no point in even asking you number two. But how about number four? What is one thing you can do to ensure you have a good rest of the week, D? Is that trying to just get more rest, drink more water? Sorry. Fighting this sickness? And then let me go ahead and answer it. I do see somebody else in here. Welcome, whoever you are. Welcome to the midweek check-in. For me, how am I right now? I'm content, I would say. I'm content. I am I'm content. That's all I can really say. And then number two is, how's my week so far? You know what? So far, so good. Better than last week. I know I had a lot to say last week. But for the most part, my week is good. I just came back to work Tuesday. I made a video, but I just didn't want to upload it. I don't know why. I just don't want to upload it. Maybe it's because I don't like what I said at the end. It was just so random. So I'm like, nah. So I was in my car on my lunch break talking about how it's my first day back at work after being off. I was off work for about a month. Yeah, about a whole month. And I just came back on Tuesday, the 8th. Was it? Yeah, the 18th. And I had a lot of anxiety, but I made sure, because I shared this before, my type of profession, what I do for a living, I don't have a mandatory facility that I have to clock into. I go to different facilities, which means I see different staff. So, since I've been off for a whole month, I made sure to go back to work, working at a facility that I like or that I haven't worked at in a very long time. Because the whole reason why I've taken a whole month off was because of my triggers. I had a lot of triggers and I needed to recharge myself. I did. I needed to recharge myself, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't go to work. Managing 3 mental illnesses and work is not easy. So it's a good thing the type of job that I have is a flexible job. It's not a mandatory clock in job. So it's very flexible. I can take off a week or 2 or 3 or a whole month if I wanted to. I can even take off 2 months, 3 months if I wanted to, if I have a pretty good savings in my bank account, of course. But yeah, so I just came back to work on Tuesday, and I made sure to accept some, to make sure that I work at a facility that I haven't worked at in years or that I haven't worked at in a while. And that's what I did. I picked a facility that I have not worked at since 2000. The last time they saw me was 2023. So 3 years ago. I have not been to this facility in 3 years. So it was how do you say this saying? A breath of fresh air. And I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I did that because I went back to work with a good attitude. I felt kind of ready. I was tired because I have been going to bed. I've been sharing this with you guys that I've been going to bed very, very late, like 2:30, 4 o'clock. So I had to, Monday, it was hard for me to go to bed early. I probably went to bed at 12 a.m., but I was tired. I'm not going to lie. I was tired when I went back to work. But yeah, I sat in my car. I made a video, but like I said, I'm not going to upload it. I just don't like it anymore. I don't like what I said at the end of the video. It's just so random. And I'm like, why did I say that? And yeah, it was so far so good. The staff was welcoming. They were like, oh, okay, it's been a while since we saw you. The first thing they noticed was my weight loss, which is what I've been sharing on my channel. I've been talking about how I've been losing a lot of unhealthy weight, not good weight, unhealthy weight. So they definitely noticed a huge difference in my weight. They were like, whoa, you do not look like the same person from when you were here. And yeah, because when I was there, I was probably, when I go back to pictures in 2023, yeah, I was pretty huge, man. I was huge. I had a neck and everything. Now I'm just like, my face is smaller, no neck fat. So they were like, oh, congratulations. I'm like, well, thank you. Even though I know I didn't lose that weight healthy, but I'm like, okay, well, thank you. But yeah, it was good. I'm so glad that I decided to work at this facility. The staff was cool. And that's what I needed. That is exactly what I needed after this long month break from work. So, and then someone from HR was calling saying, if you can work here. I'm like, nope. This is the place that caused my trigger. So I'm like, sorry. I said I picked somewhere else to work because I just was not in the mood to work there. And I'm still not, to be honest. I just told her, just see where you can put me next week, not this week. I'm already booked because I found my own little facilities I don't want to work at. And I just told them, you're going to have to book me next week because I don't want to be placed at these particular facilities. No. Okay, that's enough ranting. Let me read the chat. D says, rest is a dream right now. Remember, I'm taking care of 2 adults whilst working graveyard shifts. So you can probably imagine what my life is like. Definitely a nightmare. D says, being off work for a month and still being employed is a privilege I love to have. Yes, it is. Not a lot of people can take that much time off work, right? And can still have their jobs. I didn't even know. I had to make sure that I called HR too. I said, I can take off a whole month because I normally don't take off a whole month. This is very rare, taking off a whole entire month. So I had to make sure that I emailed HR first. I'm like, do I still have a job if I'm taking a whole month off? They're like, nah. They say, you're good. You still have your job. They say, as long as you work at least one time during the year, you are safe. I'm like, what? So that is something new. They were like, no, your job is safe. And unless you work at least one time during the year. So like I said, I can take off. I can be off work for 364 days. Well, I know I don't work on weekends, but it's just an idea. But yeah, I could take off that long if I wanted to. Of course, if I had a really, really good savings in the bank. So I'm glad to know that I have a job like flexible like that. So you're right, D. It's definitely a privilege to be able to be off work like this. And I needed it. I definitely needed it. I don't think I feel fully recharged, to be honest, because the whole time I was off, I didn't really do anything. I pretty much stayed in the house, and it's hot too. So I just was restricted from the outside world because of the heat. It's no joke. In Northern California, the heat is insane out here. I think it was 100 degrees today. I'm just like, it's not gonna start feeling cool until like October, maybe like mid-September. But yeah, it's just been too hot. But I just wanted to focus on myself and my channel and stuff like that. I couldn't go back to work. I just recall the last week before I took off. I remember how stressed I was. I was just not having it with the staff. I was so quiet at work, and I have a type of facility where it's, well, you can, nah, it's like one of those jobs where you gotta talk, like you gotta communicate with your staff. So I just remember telling myself, like, don't worry, hang in there, hang in there. That day is almost here. You're gonna be off for a whole month. Just hang in there. I can recall that. But yeah, D says, I'd love to get your job right now. Where do I send my resume? I know. I'm sure you remember what I do for a living. So let me know if you want to shred. Let me know if you want to not shred, but let me know if you want to take that resume back. If you remember what I do for a living, don't say it in the chat. It was shared on one of our, when I was making the sweet potato, I think, and I edit that out. But yeah, if you remember what I do for a living, D, let me know if you take it back. I see somebody in here, so welcome, whoever is in here. Welcome in. This is just a midweek check-in. You can check in the chat. You can answer the questions, how your week's been, how you're feeling right now, your highlight of the week, and what is one thing you plan to do to ensure that you have a good rest of the week. So yeah, that's my week so far. And then let's see what else I can answer. So yeah, what is one thing I can do to ensure I have a good rest of the week? And I think that's just to continue to work out. That has been helping me with my mood. I've been at the gym. I went today, and I went on, I think just yesterday did I go to the gym? I don't even remember, but I went today. I think I was at the gym yesterday. That's crazy. My memory is bad. I'm like, was I at the gym yesterday? So that's what I plan to do. I just plan to just continue to work out. That has been helping. It has. I almost fell at the gym today. I was trying to get off the bicycle thing, and I almost tipped the thing over trying to get off because my seat pedal was too high. And I'm not going to do that exercise bike thing no more anyways, even though I almost fell trying to get off. I almost tipped the whole entire bike over, y'all. But I don't like that thing because the seat is hard. My butt was so freaking numb when I got off, and I was on that thing for 20 minutes. And I swear, that's probably why I almost fell. I almost fell because that dang thing was like, it made my whole entire butt so numb. I couldn't even get off the bike. But yeah, I think that's one that I'm going to avoid because I can't sit on that. I'm sorry. I can't. That thing needs to be a little more soft. But anyways, D says, I don't mind. The industry I'm in, and I'm being paid to talk and listen to complaints. Basically an unlicensed therapist, but I'm paid for a different reason. I know. Yeah, you just listen to getting paid to listen to people's complaints. I know that's right. What days do you work? Like a typical Monday through Friday, or off, like off on the weekends? What is your schedule like? Yeah, I do a typical Monday through Friday and then off on the weekends. I'm thinking about doing another mini vacation for October because I remember I shared last week, Dia, about my friend coming out in October. She wants to come out here the late October, so I'm planning to take off around that time. I told her, just let me know how long you plan to stay out here so I can take off. So I'm gonna do another one. I might be off for like a week or something, a week or two, so I can prep myself for company. No telling how long she wants to be out here. Okay. D says a typical Monday through Friday. Okay. Yep, that's what I do too, Monday to Friday. But Yeah, is there anything that you want that you plan to do, D, to ensure that you have a good rest of the week? I'm sure, like I said earlier, I'm sure it's probably to continue to fight your sickness. I'm sure that's what you plan to do. And like I said, mine's is just pretty much just continue to work out and distract myself. And yeah. And it's just still getting to the feel of coming back to work. And I'm just hoping that when HR place me somewhere next week, that it's not at a place, which I know it is. Anytime HR finds, anytime HR places me at a facility themselves without me choosing the facility, 9 out of 10, I'm going to be triggered. I'm going to be triggered. So yeah, I really don't like the ones that HR finds for me. And when they called me yesterday, I said, sorry. I actually said, no, I was very assertive and I told them, sorry. I said, I'm already booked. I'm booked already. They wanted me to work somewhere. And I'm like, I like the place they wanted me to work at, though. To be honest, I like the staff there, but I was already booked. So I just told them, sorry, just place me somewhere next week. But to be honest, I actually rather just continue to find my own facilities. I really do. I really do, to be honest, because yeah. Um, D says, oh, snap. I see Skylar in the house. Hey, Skylar. Hey, boo boo. How are you doing today? Look, I got some questions up on the screen, Skylar. So, just to help with the midweek check in, okay, I got how to check in. In case people kind of get stuck or what to say, I see a little, sometimes people say, oh, my week is good. So I'm like, let me put something up there to give people a little guide. So if you want to, Skylar, you can answer those questions in the chat, or you can click the link and you can answer them up here. It's all up to you. But yeah, so number one is how are you feeling right now? So how are you doing right now? And then number two is how's your week? Okay, that's our midweek check-in question of, how is your week so far? Number three, Skylar, is there any highlights, or whoever? I see there's some other people in here, so I'm actually talking to you as well, whoever you guys are in here. Number three is there any highlights of the week you would like to share, like anything amazing, good happened, any highlights of the week? And then four, Skylar, is what is one thing you can do to ensure you have a good rest of the week? So what is something that you plan to do to ensure that you just have a good rest of the week? Like, you know what, you're asking yourself, like, I just want to have a good week and I want to blank, 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 blank. So this is just something I added up here to help with the midweek check-in. But yeah, good to see you, Skylar. Good to see you. I haven't been live that long. No worries. I've been live for about 30 minutes now. D says, would you entertain the thought of inviting your friend to an interview for the paranormal talk for October? Not really, because I really don't want her knowing that I have a YouTube channel, if that's what you mean. Like, if you wanted the friend that's visiting me to like be here with me while I'm doing lives. Is that what you mean? And if that is the question, then definitely no. Because I think once my friends find out I have a YouTube channel, y'all not gonna really see me that often. I'm telling you right now. I want people to find me by accident. Like, I think I know her. Are you blah 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 blah? I'm like, oh Lord, you found me. And this is one reason why I try my best not to say people's names or say what I do for a living, because you just don't know. YouTube is a small world. I think mental health is a small world too. I think a lot of people, why is my mic so high? I'm probably like loud in your ear because my mixer goes all the way to the red. That means I'm so loud. Let me turn it down. Yeah, it's supposed to be it's supposed to be right here. My gosh, my mic was probably loud. I apologize, you guys. Yeah, it's a small world on YouTube. I think a lot of people search mental health topics, and I search borderline personality disorder, and I actually pop up in the searches. I'm not sure now, but when I used to search in the searches BPD, I actually pop up. And I think people just might get curious to want to learn a mental illness, and they might type in, like somebody from my job might type in borderline personality disorder and bam, find me. Like, wait a minute, I think I know her. But let me read the chat. Skylar says, I'm doing good. Oh yes, I remember you said your lab work. You were getting some labs done. I got my lab work results back and my vitamin D was so low. Oh no. It's supposed to be around 30 min, was 12. So I started taking a vitamin D supplement and I can tell, okay, I could tell that it's working. Good. Because I was just getting ready. Y'all, I already know I have all sorts of things that I always can recommend. I got a whole sort. I was getting ready to say, well, I can share you what I take. But I'm like, okay, but go ahead. You go ahead and keep taking your vitamin D. It's working. That's one thing. I always got something I can recommend. I swear. I got a medicine cabinet full of vitamins. So Skylar also says, I'm currently drinking some coffee because I have to do my hair. Oh no, tonight. And I have so much laundry. Oh, I know, Skylar, you stay washing too, huh? Oh my gosh. I know that's right, Skylar. Yes. Drink that, down that coffee like it's like you taking shots, okay? Down that coffee. And that's what I needed today, Skylar. I shared earlier because you was not here when I was sharing my midweek check-in, and I was telling Dee that I've been off work for a whole month and I'm just now coming back to work this Tuesday. And I made a video about coming back, but I didn't upload it because I said something so random in the video and I'm like, oh my God. So I never uploaded it. But yeah, I'm just not coming back to work after a whole entire month. I was off for a whole month. And I was telling Dee, but everything is so far so good because the facility that I decided to work at, I like the staff. I haven't seen them in years. So coming back was like, it almost felt like I never left because, like I said, I like the staff. And a lot of the facilities I've been working at that provoked this whole entire month, they caused me a lot of triggers. So I had to take off and recharge. So yeah, that's my check-in, Skylar, so I can catch you up on what I shared. And I'm like, why am I talking? Okay, back to the point. So yeah, I needed some coffee because I'm trying to get back to my sleep routine. I had a hard time sleeping Monday, so I can go to work on Tuesday, because I shared with you guys how I've been up, 3:30 and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I can't stay up now. I have to go to bed for work. I got to get this work thing going. And so I was tired. I was tired even today, man. I was dozing off, y'all. I was dozing. Let me read the chat here. I remember Decide. Hi, Decide. I remember you. Aren't you the lady that used to swing? Yes, that was. Oh, so you were in that live. Yeah. I am that lady that was at the park swinging. I had no idea you were in there. So were you the one? I was trying to figure out who this other person. I'm like, who is this other person? So it was you. Hi, Decide. I remember talking to you. D says vitamin D. You mean vitamin me? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good catch. That's a good catch, D. Skylar says not vitamin me. I know, right? That was a good one. That was a good. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good one. Let's see here. Skylar says, oh, wow, a month. I'm happy that you did that, though, because I know you needed it. I sure did. I sure did. I can recall that last week before I took off. I was just a nightmare. I wouldn't even say I was a nightmare. I was not having it. A lot of staff was picking it up, too. They're like, okay, something's up. I wish I can just, to be honest, I wish I can just be able to work and not say one word to anybody. I just want to clock in, do my job, and go home. I hate fake small chat. I don't even want to say fake. Let's just say maybe they really do want to talk, and I just wish I can just. I don't have that kind of job to where I can just not say one word. I have to talk to staff. I have to. Can I say I have to? In a way, you can say I have to. It's just, oh my God, I just get drained. I get agitated. I'm always constantly saying, please stop talking to me. What do you want now? Like, this is what I'm saying in my head almost all day long. I can't even sit down and have a freaking 15-minute break without a staff wanting to rip your last little 3 minutes away by talking about some crap that I don't care. Like, I don't care. I only have 1 minute left. That's why I sit in my car. It be hot in my car, and I'm like taking lunch breaks and breaks in my car just to get the freak away from staff. Cause they won't shut the freak up. Y'all can tell I'm mad, right? Can't y'all tell? Can't y'all hear it? Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? And I'm trying not to curse. That's what I'm saying. Freak. Try not to swear. Decide says I was at the park. Oh, we were playing ball. Okay, that's cool. You were at the park. You were playing some ball. Are you talking about today? Decide. D says I wish I was paid for slacking off, but then again, I'm lucky in a way where I don't have to interact with people and deal with traffic for work. I know. You're on the phone, huh? Yeah, I gotta be in person with these. Oh, and it's just like they don't even, and that's the thing. I just get agitated too fast. They don't really be like, when I finally just stop complaining, they don't, how can I word this? How do I word it? They don't mean no, it sounds weird to say this. They don't mean no harm. They don't mean any harm. They really do want to small talk with me. Oh, hey, how you been? So, how's blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, they're just trying to small talk, but I don't know. It's just, I just be telling myself, why am I mad? Like, why am I agitated? Just talk with them. Maybe it's because I go by this whole thing like your coworkers are not your friend. They're not. Your coworkers are not your friend. I think that's what it is. And I just feel like small talk with staff is a waste of energy. Like, we're not freaking friends. Stop trying to figure out what I did over the weekend. I hate that. Like on Mondays, like, so how was your weekend? I'm like, oh my God, here we go with these same questions. Y'all, am I reaching? Do I need to just breathe? Because I get agitated. Like, don't get me wrong. I made a video. I want to see, what is it called when you're both? Give me a minute, y'all. I'm about to search something. Because you have introverts and then extroverts, but there's another one for people that are extroverts and introverts. Because I want to make sure I make this clear. I'm not an introvert at all. I'm one of those people that I need to observe you first. I'm very people sensitive. I'm the whole aura with your energy. I don't like wasting my energy on people I don't care about. That's what it is. I don't care about my staff like that. I'm just here to do what I need to do and go the freak home. But let me know in the chat if y'all know what I'm talking about. Because let me see. When you're like an extrovert and an introvert. Because I swear, I'm a chatterbox. If I like you, oh y'all, if I like you, I can't shut up. Let's see, what is it called? I'm on Google. What is it called when what am I typing? When you are an introvert. Am I even spelling introvert right? Okay, here it is. Thank you, Google. Type the rest for me. I didn't have to type nothing else. All right, so what is this called? It's called, oh, wow, I like that. Ambivert? Ambivert. Am I pronouncing that right? Let me see. How to pronounce ambivert. I want to make sure I'm saying this right, because knowing me. Okay, sounds like, oh, ambivert. Yep, see, I was saying it wrong. So it's hold on, y'all. Let me put you on mute because I need to hear how he's saying this. Y'all might be able to hear this. I'm like, Chris, we can hear you trying to pronounce this. Hold on, y'all, because I can't pronounce this even with the Google help. Hold on. Ambivert. If y'all was able to hear that, let me know so I can be cracking up laughing. Ambivert. Okay, so that's what I am. Okay, I'm an ambivert. It still don't sound like I'm saying it right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cracking myself. I'm not even looking at the chat. Let me read this chat real quick. He says, I don't even have to make phone calls or answers the phone anymore. I do the back end admin stuff. Okay, well, that's good. Shoot. That's what I need then. I need a type of job where I don't have to be around people. It makes me think, Skylar says, it makes me think that some type of growth is happening. Maybe you're over this company. I know you love your career, but maybe it's time for a change. I would definitely say that, I was actually thinking that maybe it's time for a change in career, but I'm like, nah. When I think about other things, I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah. I can't see myself doing this. Yeah, I definitely love what I do for a living. Definitely. What it is, it's just people. It's certain. It's just certain staff. That's it. I'm very like aura. I have a lot of the place I was sharing with Dee earlier, Skylar, before you came in. HR. So I can find my own facilities, and I know you remember what I do for a living, right? Skylar, you remember what I do for a living. So there's two types of ways I can get work. I can either find my own facility, or HR has a head person and they find my facilities for me because I'm not permanent. I don't have a permanent facilities. I get to work at different ones, right? So the ones that HR find me, these are the ones that trigger me the most because I'm usually working at those facilities because they find those facilities for me. I don't have to log on to the website and click on the one that I want to work at. I let them do it for me. But I'm kind of tired of those facilities now because I'm always working at these facilities. So that means I'm always seeing the same staff. And even though I'm not permanent, they still see me often, if this makes sense. And this is why I don't want to be permanent. I can't be permanent because I get tired of people that triggers me. A lot of the staff at these facilities triggered me already. And it sounds like black and white too. Can't you hear it? It sounds like I already did a lot of black and white thinking with a lot of these staff. And I'm just like, no. And I did gray areas. Trust me, I did gray areas. But I told myself, so that way I don't blame everything on my BPD, because I don't want to blame everything on my BPD. I want to make sure that I'm justifying myself. Like, no, how you feel is justified. And I'm going to actually stick with that. I'm not going to sit there and say that this is a BPD black and white thing. No, this is just me not really liking these particular people, but I'm only talking to you because it's just a part of the profession. You know, kind of it's like that. Like, I'm talking to you because I have to. Kind of a thing. So it's like there's no way around it. So now if I find my own facilities, then I can find the ones that I haven't worked at in years. For instance, yesterday and today, they have not seen me in 3 years. They're like, wow, how have you been? Like, we haven't seen you in years. Like, I haven't worked at this facility, Skylar, in 3 years, the one that I worked at yesterday and today. And it was the best thing that I did because I haven't seen them in a while. And it just felt like a fresh start, if that makes sense. It felt like a fresh start. So I'm having a pretty good week because of that. If I would have came back from my whole month vacation working at the facilities that HR found for me, oh, I'd have been triggered again. I would have been triggered again, and I'd have been like, nope, I can't do this. I can't do this. Like some of the staff, you guys, it's just, gosh, some of the staff, man. One of them, I have like. There's a lot of them that complain. I can't stand, I'm sorry, I can't stand complainers. And I talked about this on my channel. All she does is complain. I'm just like, lady, what the heck can I say to this lady in the nicest way? But I know it's not going to come out nice. It's not going to come out nice. And then there's another staff that just, she hates silence. She even said it. I can't stand silence. I just have to talk. I'm like, oh my freaking God. Oh my God. And like I said, if I like you, I'm a chatterbox. Okay. Let me make sure I get that out of the way. I'm actually not an introvert, y'all. I've had people say, oh, so you do talk. I'm like, yeah, just not to you. I talk, just not to you. I have to like you in order for me to talk. And it's torturous when I'm talking to people I just don't like. It is so freaking torturous because I want to say so bad, you know, I don't like you, right? Let's just put this on the table. I don't like you. Okay. So you can go on ahead to the next staff. Go ahead to them. Go over there because I don't like you. I want to say that so bad, you guys. Oh Lord. I hope one of my staff don't find my channel. Let me read the chat here. He says, did you say Amber Alert? I mean Amber Heard. I said Amber Alert. Amber Heard. Amber, shoot, I probably did, D. I probably did. Probably did. Skylar says, oh, okay, that's good. Yeah. So I definitely I love what I do for a living. You know, I make a huge difference in what I do. You know, I'm sure you remember what I do for a living. I love it. I love it. I just had a smile on my face because I wish I could say what I do. I'll wait for when we go behind the wall one of these days. But when I see that I'm making a difference like that, I'm just like, yes, see, this is why I'm trying to go back to school so I can further my position, to be honest. And they're always telling me, go back, you're so good at what you do, go back to school and get your credentials and stuff like that. And I'm like, I know I only got like a year left and I can bump up my position. But yeah, I love what I do, you know, no complaints. I am so drained. I'm so drained, you guys. I'm drained. I was falling asleep at work, man. I'm like, oh Lord, tired. And then I go to the gym now, so I'm just like, geez. Let's see here. Oh, snaps. Allison's in the house. Hi, Chrissy. I'm glad to make it. Yes, Allison. Welcome to your very first midweek check-in. How are you? We're all just checking in. As you can see, I have some questions if you would like to answer. How's your week been? How are you feeling right now? And what any highlights of the week you would like to share? And then what else I got on here? And then what is one thing you can do to ensure you have a good rest of the week, Allison? You can come up on the panel if you like, or you can type out your answers in the chat. Okay, no worries. Let's see. I'm trying to check if I got anybody waiting in the queue. Okay, nobody's in the queue. I have to make sure. But yes, good to see you, Allison. Let's see here. Allison says, oh wait, did I read that already? No. Allison says, I'm happy to hear you are enjoying your latest staff placement. Okay, thank you, Allison. I'm glad you were able to hear that part, especially since you found, yes, it on your own. Exactly. That's what I needed. I need to start finding my own facilities right now. And I know I told HR yesterday, I can tell they didn't like it when I said I'm already booked. Oh, I could tell they didn't like it because they're so used to booking me. And I told them, book me next week. I actually might say, you know what? I think I might book myself again because they're going to be placing me at places I know I don't want to be at. I don't want to be there. Oh my gosh. And it's this one school. I've like, you know what? Can I even say this on YouTube? I'm about to share this anyways. There's one staff. I feel like I visualize wringing this staff's neck. Y'all heard the emphasis on that? Y'all, I want to wring one of the staff's neck. Okay, I hope this don't get flagged because I'm sure I went too far. Not Chrissy making threats. Y'all, that's how agitated I am with my staff. Skylar says, sometimes I don't know if I'll ever have a career. Oh, that's nothing. There's nothing that calls me. Oh no, hey, your career. No, Skylar, this is your career. Okay. Your career is that yoga studio. We are only an hour. No, Skylar, you're by plane because I'm going to your yoga studio. I'm rooting for you on that still. I will get on that plane and you will see Chrissy. Literally, I should be at where you are in about an hour and 30 minutes, maybe, Skylar. So, that's your career, honey. Your career is putting Chrissy in the shape of a pretzel. Bending being what's that yoga pose? And the tree pose. You're going to put me in the bridge. What's another yoga pose? Girl, that's your career, Skylar. You got this. Dream big, okay? Hang on to your yoga studio dream. I remember you talking about that in your video, and I'm rooting for you on that, Skylar, okay? So, yes, that is what you're going to be doing soon. Okay, Skylar, that yoga studio. Um Alice says, going back to school is, yes, it's exhausting, but if you can do it, you probably won't regret it. I bet you are talented. Oh man, I'm very talented. I am. I'm so, y'all, I'm about to gloat. Let me gloat for a bit, and I don't give a freak. People say, oh, you're conceited. No, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all, and y'all heard this from me, okay? If you are the and you know what I mean, because I'm not gonna curse, but if you are the shit, if you are the not gloat, okay? Talk about yourself to the point where you can't talk about yourself no more. You talk about how good looking you are, talk about how awesome you are, talk about how amazing you are, and who cares if people get mad, okay? I'm very talented at what I do for a living. I am. And I'm really good at it. I consider myself, and like I said, I'm going to gloat. I'm going to definitely gloat. I think I'm one of the best. I am. I'm one of those people that give 110%. I go beyond, above and beyond what I do because I love what I do for a living, and I outshine all the other staff. And sometimes they get mad. They do. Sometimes they get mad, and I don't care. Okay, I am definitely good at what I do, and I'm talented. So yeah, thank you for that, Allison. Definitely. Thank you for that. I tell people I don't believe in I do believe in conceitedness, but I don't like when people talk about how amazing they are or how good looking they are. Oh no. I'm like, you go, I'm like, you go boy or you go girl. That's right. And I clap. I clap. And I have a habit of saying, I know that's right. That's like a habit that I have. People say, you always say, I know that's right. And then I point. You'll see what I mean. If I ever see Skylar in person, you'll see what I mean. But I'm like, I know that's right. And then I point. It's just, I don't care. I told people, go ahead. If you got all this stuff that you want to say about yourself, oh, well. If people think you're being conceited, let them think you're being conceited. Shoot. Oh, well. I know I'm good at what I do. I'm good. I'm dang good at what I do. All them other lazy ass staff. See, look, here I go. Here I go. I'm cursing. I'm cursing. I'm cursing. Okay, let's see here. Let me read these chats here. Skylar says, sometimes, maybe I shouldn't skip anybody. I'm happy to hear. Okay, I read that. Skylar says, sometimes I don't know if I'll ever. Oh, I read that already. D says, same, Skylar. And then that's tough. D says, Alice says, you are a kind person and everyone has limits. Oh, yeah. Don't we all have our limits? We have our freaking limits, man. I know I have a limit. Shoot. And when I'm over my limits, I don't, it's not a pretty sight. I'm telling you right now, it's not a pretty sight. And I think that's why I people please. I shared this a lot of times on my channel. I people please for a freaking reason. I told my therapist that. I said, I have a nasty side. Not even I said, I think I have a danger side. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm being honest. Okay. I'm being honest. I have a danger side. Okay. And, I try not to display that side. You know, like I said, I'm not trying to be a havoc to society or myself, or I'm trying to be a good citizen. Okay. But I do have my limits, and I can get there. Okay. I can get, I can get there. Okay. I can get there. D says Ringer does. I can tell that I'm late because you said that a long time ago. I am so late reading the chats. Ringer does. When I say ringing the staff's neck, right? Ringer does. Chrissy. I know that's right. Exactly, huh? Look, Skylar cracking up. Mm-hmm. Shoot. Skylar says, I was going to say something like that, D. You beat me. I know, huh? You beat I know. D got all the punchlines. D got, is the missionary a yoga pose too? Asking for a science. Asking for a science. It's a missionary yoga pose. Oh my goodness, D. D says, Chris, you about to wrangle some necks at the facility. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I know. Wringing staff's neck. I'm telling you, this staff does she almost. Yeah, we're gonna have to change the subject because this live gonna be flagged. This live's gonna be flagged. I better not even go there. I'll wait until we get behind the streets. I said behind the streets. You know why I said street? Because I see Skylar said streets. And look, I'm over here reading chats and trying to talk at the same time. Y'all, I'm just mixing up stuff. I mean, behind the wall. I said behind the streets. Oh, look, Allison cracking up. Andy. Oh, look. Oh, street fight. Yeah. Street fighting speaks Chrissy. Ain't that the truth? Oh my goodness. Y'all just gotta, man, my patience for people is just, it's I told my therapist I need a way how to tell people I don't like you. I need a nice way. And the ways that she came up with, the things that she said I can say, I don't like it. I'm like, nope, I don't like it. I just want to, I really want to be able, and there's someone, you know what, y'all, there is somebody I used to work with in LA. Let me change her name. What can I call you? I'm gonna call her Rosie. Rosie, y'all, I looked up to this person. I did. She did not play. She told you what was on her mind. And it seemed like people that are like that, I gravitate towards people like that. I'm very fixated on people that can live in their truth like that can tell people how it is. Oh, she didn't like you. She would go over it, like she can remember a policy. Like if somebody breaks a policy, oh, she like, oh no, this is not fair because this policy states that we can't do this. So I don't understand why there's people doing this and it states on this policy that we're not supposed to do this. And I don't like that. You know, she can, y'all, this girl can speak her mind. And then she was telling her partner, like, I don't understand why when you talk to me like you have some kind of attitude. Like you talk to me like as if I did something to you. But I notice when you're in the break room, you talk to everybody else with respect. I'm like, you go, girl. I'm in the background just like, I'm just in the background like with my mouth open. And I asked her, I said, Rosie, how do you do that? She's like, what? Do what? I'm like, how do you just speak your mind like that without caring what people think or say about you or what they think? She says, I don't know. It's just, she says, I don't know. I've just been like that since I was young. And then she goes saying that her parents, I'm like, there it is. I said, there it is. You were brought up like this. Not when I think about it, I'm like, I didn't have, I don't want to say never, but my mom was not that type. Like, hey, listen, don't ever have anybody walk over you. Don't ever become, hold on, I'm getting tongue tied. Don't ever become someone's doormat. You know, don't ever people please, you know, I didn't grow up like that. So I didn't have that kind of practice like she did. So she said it came from her mom. Her mom was very strong-willed. Her dad was a strong-willed person. So she says it was just natural. It's just natural for me. But for me, I'm like, that's something I got to look at this like a skill. Like this is, because y'all, I'm telling you, people that speak their mind, I'm like, I always gravitate toward these people, I swear. Dee says, are we talking about staff like the wooden stick or the human staff? I meant the position. Lord, my mind is in the gutter with ringing the staff. Oh, goodness, Deela. Yeah, get out of the, we talking about workers, okay? I don't even know what the other staff, what, human staff? Well, I don't even know what that is. Human staff. Now, the wooden stick, that's like the Taekwondo stick, right? But, anyways, y'all, enough about staff. That's my check-in. That was my check-in. So let's answer number 4. And I have a game. I was trying to play a game last Wednesday, but I know Skylar left early. So I was telling Dee, I don't want to do the game yet because I want to make sure you're still in here, right, Skylar? Because I pretty much shared what I wanted to share. I mean, I do want to know how everybody planned to have a good week. And then we can answer number 4. And then I have like a game. I guess you can call it a game. I don't know. But like I said, it's something I wanted to do last Wednesday, but it was only D in there. So I'm like, I'll just wait. I'll wait. So yeah, let me know if you guys are ready. But let's answer number 4. If everybody could check in with how they plan to continue to have a great week. I shared earlier, in case you guys was not here, that I plan to just continue to go to the gym. That's been helping me. And yeah, I'm enjoying the facility that I'm working at. I accepted this facility for 3 days. So I have to work there today, tomorrow, and Friday. So I'm glad to see them again tomorrow. I like this facility. So I think I'm going to have a pretty good rest of the week. So that's how I plan to ensure that I have a good rest of the week. If you guys would like to answer number 4, I would like to know. And then we can move on to our little game. And then after the game, you guys, that wraps up the midweek check-in. Just something easy peasy and fast. And I do want to go live more. I already have another. I was creating another panel, so it's not going to look like this one. Why do I still got this up? Okay, let me take this off. Lord, I done had this up. I was supposed to have the panel showing. I had the questions up for the whole time. I have another panel, and this one is for random lives. I'm just going to call Good Vibes Lives. Okay, so that one is like not unfiltered, but it's it's not organized. There's no plan. This is a live you can join if you want to laugh, if you want to talk about a topic. And like I said, I'm trying to boost up my YouTube watch hours too. So it's not going to look like this panel. It's a total different looking panel that I was creating and things like that. You can also come up and speak. So be on the lookout for that if you see me live. I do plan to do some kind of ASMR, y'all. So be on a heads up for that. If you see me live, it could be, if it's not Wednesday and you see me live, it could be this. It can either be because of the panel, I call it the good vibe panel, or it's because you see me streaming live doing ASMR. Y'all remember when I said I used to do ASMR, right? So that's what I plan to do. Okay, I've been ordering some stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be relaxing random people that just happen to stumble over my live and see me doing some stuff. I'm going to have my screen, my camera face to where you can see me doing things like ASMR. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, you guys. Let's see here. Skylar said, okay, yes, I'm here. Okay, good. Skylar's here so we can do the game. Dee says, I'm hungry for some fried chicken. Fried chicken right now. And Chrissy served us some ringed staff. I know. I want to wring that lady's neck so bad, Dee. You have no idea. She deserves it. She deserves it. Okay, see, I feel bad saying that. I feel bad saying but this lady has to be careful. She has to be careful, and she's just one of those staff. She's one of those staff that think because they've been there for years that she's untouchable. Okay, does that make sense? She's like one of those staff. Like, I've been here for years and I'm untouchable. Dee says, oh wait, Allison. Oh wait, Allison, what did I miss? Are we talking about? What did you add Allison about? Allison says, nice. Thank you, Cypher. All right. Wait, did I read? Okay, it's fair. Okay, I know I missed something. Okay, Allison says, is it fair to tell someone that they need to back up or give you some personal space? Being disliked sucks, but respecting others' feelings is good for peace. Oh, okay, yeah, let me read that again. Is it fair to tell someone that they need to back up or give you some personal space? Of course not. Being disliked sucks, but respecting others' feelings is good for peace. Yeah, of course. It's definitely not wrong telling people to back up. It's just when you're a people pleaser, that's what it feels like. It feels like we have to have people in our space because we want to be liked. That's the thing. That's a people pleaser. We people please. I'm not sure if you're one of those types. Are you a people pleaser, Allison, where, it's hard for you to say no, and you're typically doing what people say because you want to be liked, or you think having boundaries, they think, oh, having boundaries mean you're mean. I talked about this on my channel too. But no, and that's the thing. I'm very self-aware on that. I definitely understand that we need our space and things like that. And boundaries are definitely important. And that's why I have to keep telling myself. But I will say I gotten better. I've gotten better at setting boundaries and being assertive and stuff like that. Yeah, but being disliked sucks, especially if you have BPD. I have BPD, and I'm telling you right now, a lot of us, not all of us, a lot of us, we crave validation. We want to be liked so bad or so often. so often, and we don't like when we make people mad. I can't stand when I make somebody mad, and it's me. I talked about how the world doesn't revolve around me. Kind of makes me think of that video. If someone is upset, if your tone of voice changes, if it's just if you're off, if your demeanor's off, I would think it's me. I'm like, something, I must have did something. So that's definitely like a BPD thing. Definitely. Let's see. Let me hear. Allison, I people please, and I overstep. Oh no. So you're the boundary type that's too close. I went over this on my channel too about the boundary types. It's 3 types of boundaries. You have the not close enough. And that's me. I think I'm the not close enough. I'm not close enough to people. And then you have the too close, the codependent. So that's you, I would say, since you're the too close. That's that boundary that you're too close, or you become codependent. You put your priorities last, and then you have the mutual boundary, which is the perfect balance. I'm the not so close. D says, oh no, wait, Allison also says, but now as an adult, I have a better understanding of boundaries and being alone. I didn't know how disrespectful I was when I was younger, though. Life humbled me now. Absolutely. And see, it sounds like you're talking about when you were younger, though, versus being an adult. Like a younger person, not sure how young you're talking, but a younger person needing that type of being close to someone can definitely be something else that's there that's caused that. Maybe if you would like to share that, Allison, why that is when you were so young, not needing that type of closeness. But yeah, but see, if you're younger needing that type of closeness, I would say this. It can be understandable because, like I said, I rather have you answer that because I don't want to say what I think it is. I rather have you answer what you think that was, why you need that type of closure at a young age. But I will say, as a guest, a younger person having that type of boundary is because like validation, you wasn't really validated, or you're just trying to be liked because of a parent. So seeking validation, that type of attachment, there could be something deeper. But yeah, but you said life humbled you now, huh? And as an adult, I know that's right. It definitely does. Like people don't really like you to hover them. They need that space. He says, I'm now scared as to what kind of live I'll see after Wednesday. Will you strangle Yoshi? Then turn that into an ASMR. I hope not. I hope I don't do that to my Yoshi. I doubt I'm going to beat up my Yoshi. I love my Yoshi. It's my favorite character. I got Yoshis all over the place. I don't think I'm going to strangle him. Nah, it's just going to be I don't know. I was trying to create something because I see a lot of people doing sand. I'm like, no, I don't want to do sand. I see so many people doing sand and so many people doing, what else? Another thing I see, like slime. I see people playing with slime. I'm like, nah, I want to do something different. So I'm like, oh, okay, I can do this. So I'm ordering some stuff to get that ready. And I think people is going to like it. It's very therapeutic and it fits my niche because even though I'm doing ASMR randomly, I still want to make sure I do something that fits my niche. And ASMR kind of fits the mental health niche because it's relaxation, right? You're trying to get cozy and you're trying to relax. So perfect combination. Allison says, you are on the money. I am too close. It can be suffocating for others. See, exactly. And like I said, when you mentioned that you were younger doing this, I can only think of maybe there's like a void. There has to be maybe a reason to why you had this type of boundary as a younger person. Like I said, I could be wrong. It's up to you if you would like to share that, Allison. Dee says, I grew up as a people pleaser, but when I became self-aware after questioning myself, why I kept being betrayed in my younger years, all I did was look back at my past move. Yeah, that's one thing too, man. And that's, oh my gosh, it is so hard to like, even self-awareness can still ease. I can still relapse. I don't know. I don't know if this is like because I was telling my therapist, I don't understand. I'm good at not people pleasing. Let me give myself some credit. I have been very assertive lately, very assertive lately. I'm proud of myself how far I've come. But the thing is, I can relapse being a people pleaser. It's because of my vision, how I vision. I don't know. I just want like world peace. I've been sharing this on my channel about how I just want the world to be so perfect or something. It sounds like high expectations. I hear a lot of high expectations too, because I talked about that on my channel. How I operate quote unquote perfect, and I just feel like making people happy or giving them what they want can help create some kind of perfect world, if that makes sense. I don't like when I see people that are sad. I'm always trying my best to like cheer them up or something. Like, what's going on? It's just, it bothers me like when someone is not in a good mood. I don't know, y'all. This is just, and it's like a I like making people happy type of thing too. When they just see me, I am so robotic. I'm very robotic. Oh my, I gotten better though. I gotten better. I don't want to sound like I'm relapsing or anything, you guys. I'm just, I've gotten better. Alice says, "Oh wow, that is a very empathetic view. I didn't get a lot of validation as a kid. Ah, okay. And I was always looking for a parent. Okay, and okay. This is making sense, Allison, because I'm going back to your previous share. When I first met you, older sibling and and other people. Thank you for your kind point of view. I had a feeling it was related to that, Allison. I just wanted to make sure if that's what that was before I started talking even more. I'm like, maybe I'm not even nailing it, but I had a feeling it was related to that because of how you shared about your mom and what you're going through in your personal life. I mean, all I can think of is, yeah, I think it's a validation thing. And that's exactly why I mentioned validation, Allison. Yes. I know it had to stem from somewhere. Close boundaries, like needing that, having that type of boundary as a child, definitely like 9 out of 10 it's related to something like that. That attachment is like this validation, some like a void. You're trying to fill this void, especially if you're a child, right? If you're a child and you're craving that type of validation from your parent, highly understandable. Highly understandable. So I definitely get it. I figured that's what it was, Allison, and I'm glad what I was thinking was right. Allison says, I can totally relate, Cypher. Sometimes when we people please, we forget who we are. Oh yeah, we lose our identity. The boundary that I was talking about, the too close. When you're putting your priorities to the side, it also states in that page, because I went over this on my channel, I think. But on that page, it talks about how you lose your identity. Yes, you lose your identity when you are people pleasing. And even with me with borderline personality disorder, we have identity issues. We do. Not all of us, but I have a lot of identity issues, man, because I'm like a chameleon. And almost any and everybody I hang out with, if I'm really trying to be liked, especially if I really like this person, if I'm trying to be liked, I do that. I will mope myself and I'm like, oh, I like that too, or I saw that movie too, just to make them happy. Just to, like, that's what I do, like just to make them happy or just to please them. Like, oh yeah. And I think for me too, it's definitely a childhood thing because I mentioned earlier that my parents, did I mention this? Let me see. Am I about to share something I haven't shared before? I think I am about to share something I haven't shared before. But yeah, my parents, I grew up with a strict dad. I'm sure you guys know that, but now I remember sharing about my dad being strict. So yeah, my people pleasing definitely stemmed from my dad. My dad has an undiagnosed thing going on. I don't think he's ever been diagnosed, but he was taking medication according to my mom in the early 90s for something. So my dad definitely has some kind of mental illness. Um, but yeah, he was no joke, y'all. My dad was scary. Woo, he was a scary guy. He's from Georgia. A lot of men out there, they're very strict. They don't play. So he came to California, met my mom with his Georgia ways, and he was kind of like, I wouldn't say drill sergeant, but he did not like a dirty house. I'm getting really personal, but it was a nightmare growing up with him. So yeah, a lot of my people pleasing was stemmed from him, trying to please him. And it was every time I did what he said, it was not good enough. It wasn't good enough. He had me doing it again. Do it again. No, you didn't do that right. Do it again. And he would purposely make a mess. I remember he used to just purposely mess the floor up and tell me to get it up. And he told me not to use a broom. Like, nope, don't use a broom. Get this up with your hands. And I had to clean it all up again and again. So, yeah, y'all, this is where my people pleasing came from. Definitely. So that's why, Allison, when you said younger, I'm like, okay, I think I see where this is going. Maybe it's the same for you. And a lot of people pleasers, if you notice, a lot of people that people please, it always, like 9 out of 10, it points to the parents. It points to the parents. Let's see. Let me read the chat. You should try fixing your walls and filming what comes out of the hole in the wall. and oh my God, turning that into ASMR should be unique enough to be weird and get views. I don't even want to see what's going to come out of my walls. That sounds like some kind of scary movie. What's going to come out of my walls? I'll leave them right where they are. Shoot. D says, one way to move out of people pleasing is to tell yourself that sometimes it's okay to be, I like that. Yes. Yes. Bingo. Selfish. That's right. I couldn't agree more on that one, D. Allison says, I can only imagine scary parents are traumatizing and controlling. Oh, he was so controlling. He definitely has something that needed to be medically or therapeutically addressed if that's how he treated you. Yeah, my mom shared that he was taking medication in the 90s and he stopped. He stopped taking the meds because it was making him feel good. Could you believe that? Could you believe that? He stopped taking the meds, you guys, because it was making him feel good. He was a scary parent, definitely scary. I used to always, and that's where my anxiety came from. I forgot to share that with you guys. My anxiety was actually, I think all of them, pretty much what I have today, except the depression. My major depressive disorder did not hit until I would say maybe in my 20s. And that's environmental depression. It was not stemmed because of my past. Nope. Political. My depression is political. And I will share that one day when we go behind the wall one of these days. But anyways, but my BPD, my anxiety, what else do I have? Oh yeah, my MDD, but he didn't start that. Definitely was because of my dad. He was scary person, you guys. And I used to just like anytime he said my name, y'all, this is how scared I was. I could be playing some toys, playing with my toys, y'all. And as soon as I hear my name, y'all, I would pop up like it felt like my soul left my body. If I didn't answer him or run up to him in about 2 seconds, oh yeah, it was ugly, y'all. I had to make sure, like, if he said my name and he said it so with like emphasis, and I would jump up, put my toys down, and I'd be like, "Yes, Dad." And that's where the people pleasing. Like, remember how I told you guys I sound very robotic in real life. I sound very commercial. That's because as a child I was commercial. I had to make sure I say, "Yes, Dad." "No, Dad." "Okay, Dad." Yes. That's how I answered that's how I answered my dad in the synthesis, like that. Dad, everything was Dad. "Okay, Dad." "Yes, Dad." Oh, and he had to hear how great, like, you better be thankful that I got this for you. Tell me thank you. "Thank you, Dad." Like it was y'all. My childhood was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Oh my God. And then he had a his lifestyle was dangerous too. So that's another, I lost my childhood innocence to his lifestyle. Okay. I don't want to go into details, but he did live an interesting, outgoing life. And I was exposed to his outgoing life and lost childhood innocence because of that. And y'all, I can write a freaking book. I swear I can write a book. Let's see here. But thank you about that, Allison. You are definitely right. Allison says, reminds me of being woken up at night to make, my bed because I didn't make it in the daytime. Parents can do the most sometimes. Oh yeah, I had to make my bed and it couldn't have certain wrinkles in it. I had to make sure the bed was made correctly, and he would have to check the bed and like, okay, you made it good. I couldn't me and my brother. He was controlling y'all. He controlled when we ate. Okay, I had to wait until he say, "Okay, eat now." Like the food would be there, and I'll just be sitting, and he tells me things like, "You better not laugh at the table." My brother, because me and my brother, we were sitting at this little. We used to sit at this little tiny table, and we had kind of outgrown it. We were outgrowing this tiny table. Me and my little brother are sitting at, and we were facing each other. So when you're facing your siblings, you want to crack a smile, you want to crack a laugh or something. Oh man, if he heard us laugh, y'all, dinner was over. Yes. Oh, he was like, oh, you're laughing? Go to bed. Since you think it's funny, go to bed. Y'all, y'all see why I got so many mental illnesses? Um, your dad was died. D says, I'm making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. D says your dad was diagnosed, otherwise he wouldn't get medication. Yeah, he had to get diagnosed with something, right, D? It's just that you don't know right what he was diagnosed with, but I can guess what he's going through based on what you just said. My mom and stuff, we talk about this all the time, and we can definitely tell there's quite a few. If not one, then I know there's several that he has, definitely. And still to this day, y'all, he is the same. He is the same, okay? At 60, how old did he turn? 67 now? Oh yeah, he's still the same. I can't be on the phone with him anymore. Like anytime I mention my past, and that's what made me stop talking to him. If I mention the past about how he was with me, oh, he got to go. He will hang the phone up. Oh, I gotta go now, and he will hang the phone up. Yep, he don't want to hear it. See, um, Allison says he felt better and convinced himself he didn't need it. It was probably a hurt to him. It was probably hurt to his self concept to acknowledge he needed help. Yeah, exactly. That's yeah, and denial too. Alice is I'm mad for you. I know, right? My past sucked, but hey, man, I man, how can I say? I be telling my therapist like, do I want to share this? I tell my therapist like, I told her that, and I shared this on my live. I did. I said that my puzzle pieces are too scattered. I was trying to put a puzzle piece back together, which is my life, right? The puzzle pieces. But I told her it's just too. I said, I'm sorry, it's just too many puzzle pieces. And I think to her, it sounded like some kind of, how therapists are trained. They're trained to hear certain words that sound like an uh-oh. And y'all know what I mean. So when I told her, I just can't do it. I told her it's too many pieces. And I told her if I was to get off this planet, okay, I'm trying to work this as much as I can because I know YouTube is sensitive. I told her, I think I'm going to come back with a fresh, brand new life because I believe in that. I believe in that I'm going to have another lifestyle. I do. That's just my belief, okay? And I told her this one is too damaged. I said this one's too damaged. And she was still saying, "Oh no, you can still put the pieces back together. Just put the pieces back a little by little." I'm like, "You sound trained right now." That's what I said in my head. I said, "You're sounding trained right now. It sounds scripted." Because I already predict that's what she was going to say when I mentioned puzzle pieces. I said, watch, she's going to say something like, "Oh, just put the pieces back together slowly." And that's exactly what she said. But y'all, in my life, I just was like, I share that I'm okay. I'm okay accepting the fact that I'm damaged. I'm okay with that. Some people may not understand. And Allison, I don't think you were in that live when I said this. And this is the help of D, by the way. This is with the help of D. And I said, you know what? Chrissy is damaged and broken, and oh the hell well. Oh well. As long as I'm not hurting anybody or hurting myself, I don't see anything wrong with saying that I'm damaged. I don't. Some people will say, "Oh no, you're not damaged. You're gonna be okay." Which please don't tell me that. Don't tell me I'm gonna be okay. But yeah. So, anyways, yeah. It's all good, man. It is all good. I'm still hanging in there, you guys. I'm still hanging in there. And I don't want what I went through in my childhood to really, because if I if I get bothered by my childhood, I don't know. Who knows where the hell I'll be, to be honest, you guys. I might be locked down on a 5150. I might be in jail. Who knows? If I really let my childhood bother me. hmm I'm just being honest. Um, Allison says it's possible he was stressed out by the responsibilities, but he didn't choose the best path to help you. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I know. Who knows what that guy's issues were. And I had good times, okay? I threw him under the rug. I did. I threw him under the bus. We had a good times, okay? He used to take us to the park and stuff like that. And I mean, I had my little dad and daughter moments I can go, "Aw," but it's still more negative than good. You know what I'm saying? The negative still outweighs the good. I look at the photos and stuff, the pictures, I'm like, eh. Dee says, I have grudge with my parents too. It's just that I'm stuck doing right caregiving work until they leave this earth. My goodness, Dee. See, so you're just in a stuck situation, huh? Which is why I'll never have a good day because I'm a caveman and I'm stuck with them inside. I hear you, Dee. I hear you. Your situation is just one of those situations that it can only get better when they're no longer here. And it's so sad to say it like that, right, Dee? Like I can finally do something with my life when they're no longer here. Wow, Dee, that sucks, man. I hate that you're in this situation with the caregiving of your parents. How old are they, if you don't mind sharing? How old are they? Um, I hope Skylar's in there. I was supposed to do the game because I did have something for us to do. Let me go ahead and put it up. But yeah, that's all I have. I know I share some interest. I don't care about sharing about my dad and stuff like that. I don't think it's anything that I plan to edit or anything. I really don't care. I'm not ashamed by mentioning my aware of how, my mental illnesses was manifested. Which I think that's a lot. A lot of people that have mental illnesses, I mean, it stemmed from childhood, right? So it stems from childhood. But Skylar, I hope you're still here. She probably had to leave. I know she says around this hour she gets very busy. Dang it, that means she's gonna miss the game. I hope she's yeah, I doubt she's in here because I see Dee and Allison. No, she's not. I think she left. Dang, she left. She's not gonna be able to join us. But at least you guys will be able to be here for the game. Dee says, I'm shackled and oh wow, they're in their 40s. Wow. So yeah, your parents are quite young, huh? In their 40s. Allison says 40s and caretaking. Yeah, are they both oh, excuse me, guys. I was drinking some water. Are they both I think you did say they're ill, right, Dee? Are they ill? And then while you're answering that, so Allison and Dee, once again, question 4, I would definitely like to know, how you plan to continue to have a great week. Okay. It could be something like, I just plan to get more rest, or it could be something simple like I just plan to, I need to drink more water. I need to meditate or I need to exercise. So that's question 4. And then I'm going to move on to the last thing that I have for us to do. So yeah, that's question 4. I want to make sure that I think you guys, let me know if you answered it already. I probably missed it, but how do you guys plan to ensure that you have a good rest of the week? I see another person in here. Let me know if that's Skylar. I hope that's Skylar. I see somebody joined the live. Allison says, sorry to be dramatic, but they are so young. I'm sorry you are going through this so early in life. I know, right? Because I'm in my 40s. I'm in my 40s. So that's like, wow. But I think he said they're ill, if I'm not mistaken. But you don't have to answer that, D, okay? Allison says, I plan to get more rest and not feel bad, lonely about having a quiet life. All right, Allison. And then next Wednesday, I'll definitely check in with on how that went for you, okay? On the next week's midweek check in. I'm going to ask you, were you able to um, get more rest and not feel bad about, having a lonely, quiet life. Okay. So that will be my follow up question for you. I just want you guys to understand or to know that I am definitely here for all of us. And I just don't want I don't want you guys thinking to just check in, to just put your business out there. I do want you guys to know that these check ins do mean a lot to me. It's my way of interacting and engaging with my subscribers. So that will be your follow up question, Allison. I want to definitely make sure if you were able to get more rest, okay, and not feel bad about your, lonely and you're lonely about. Oh wait, feel bad about lonely, quiet. Why am I saying that so wrong? Not feel bad, lonely about having a quiet life. Okay, there we go. So that will be your follow up question. Let me see if Dee is going to answer that. And then let's see here. Let me doing something really quickly, you guys. And then I'm going to get my game up. We're going to do a little game. Like I said, I don't know if it's a game, but you'll see what this is in a minute. I'm just typing something really quickly. Okay. All right. Let's see. Dee says their mental state went downhill after going through, oh, wow, a stroke. I have a lot in my mind about my parents, but TLDR is my parents don't deserve me. And I doubt they even appreciate, wow, Dee, having me. Wow. I am extremely sorry to hear that. And I'm sure this is mentally exhausting, because your life is pretty much on hold for them. And I remember you saying by law, right? By law, you have to take care of them. So, yeah, you're pretty much feeling like your life is just pretty much like it's done, right? Like it's just done. And you're like, it's just like, it's almost like what's the point? And because you're stuck. And then on top of that, they're not appreciative. Oh my gosh. See, my dad better be glad he's healthy. At least that's what I think. My mom she had 2 strokes, I think, but luckily it didn't take that much of a toll. But she did have to retire early because of her stroke. She retired early. Um, she's in her 60s now. Her stroke was in the 40s as well, in the 40s. Or was it in the 50s? I think it was late 40s for my mom. And then she had to retire in her 50s because of the second one. Yeah, she had the first one in her 40s, but she was still somewhat able to go back to work. She just wasn't the same. And then she had the second one in her 50s, and that's when she was like, okay, yeah. I said, Mom, that's it. That's enough. So that's the thing with my mom. And so I'm trying my best not to stress myself and things like that. Allison says, oh my, I'm sorry. That is very debilitating. Oh, debilitating. Sorry. Debilitating. You are a strong person to support your parents and sacrifice your youth to caretake for them. Yeah, I remember Dee sharing that he has to as well. He has to take care of them by law. Dee says, did you look? No, I think I didn't. I remember asking what's the law, but I didn't catch it in the chat. Maybe the chat was moving too fast, Dee. But yeah, I remember asking what's that law, but I didn't see it in the chat. Yeah, so definitely let me know that because I'm on my computer now and I can look at that law as soon as I end this live because I'm definitely interested in reading more about it. Allison says, oh my goodness. And then Allison also says, I think I'd rather have a heart attack than a stroke. We are just out here suffering. Right. Everyone here is really facing life. My goodness. Yeah, I almost had my health scare too. A lot of this too, like this, the strokes and well, the heart attacks is definitely like, I think it's the way you're eating. It can be stress too. You know, stress can trigger heart attacks. Let me not even say that it's just an eating thing. Um, and then I think, strokes is definitely stress. It can be, of course, other factors, but my mom definitely lived a very stressful life and her job. She worked for the city too. So you can imagine she worked for the city. And yes, man, her body probably said, you know what? No. And she had her first stroke in her 40s. And my health scare, she also has diabetes and lupus. Yes. So, my goodness, my health scare is pre-diabetes. Okay. So, I had to reverse my diabetes. Thank goodness I reversed it. I did a lot of fasting. I cut the sugars and stuff like that. So, I reversed my pre-diabetes, you guys. Um but other than that, I'm in my 40s. I think I feel pretty good. I'm pretty healthy, I think. Um I'm starting to slowly eat again. And I can still exercise, work out, and I can still walk up and down stairs, and not bad for a person in their 40s, I would say. Not let me knock on wood. I don't want to jinx myself. Um, D says my parents doesn't own any business. They both don't have work. I'm an only child, so you can imagine the weight I'm carrying right now. Of course. Of course, you're carrying so much weight on your back. And I'm sure it feels like you're about to break any moment. I'm sure of it. I know you want to be like, you know what? I'm done. I know you feel like that. Like, I am done and I cannot take another day. Right, D? I'm sure it feels like that for you. And then you're doing the best you can for your parents. I can tell you love them too. I can tell you love them because if you didn't, you wouldn't be doing this for them, right? I can tell you love them. Even though there's a law in place, you still, love is still involved in you taking care of your parents, whether there's a law or not. Because with a law or not, people will still be like, you know what, I don't care if there's a law. Y'all need to do something with these people, with these parents, because I'm not doing it. So I could definitely tell you love them. Okay. But I just hate that they're not appreciative of what you're going through. Okay. Allison says everyone here is really facing life. My goodness. I know, right? Hey, we're gonna have a lot more stories and stuff from people, once we get some more people checking in. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of us checking in with a lot of heartfelt stories and stuff like that. Absolutely. And that's why I wanted to make sure I do this midweek check-in stuff because I just want us to vent. I know people need that. They need to vent. They need a place, a safe space to just at least say something about what they're going through. Because not everybody has therapists and not everybody trusts even telling their friends what they're going through. And yeah, nobody's perfect, right? We all have our ugly past. He says, oh, I read that already. Let's see. If you are a conservator for your parents, I understand how you are legally bound. And then Allison says, yes, lupus is so tough. It is. Allison also says, yay, I'm glad you saved yourself. Thank you so, so much. Yeah, I didn't want that turning full blown. Definitely. You look like you are in your late 20s to early 30s, so you're doing great. Thank you. I know. I'm kind of glad I don't look my age. Sometimes I think I look my age. Sometimes, but I think for the most part, I could definitely say I look maybe 5 years younger. But yeah, I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. I mean, I can't say for everything, but I believe you are aging gracefully. Oh, thank you so much for that, Allison. Highly appreciate it because I'm not ready to look like I'm not ready to look saggy yet. I'm not ready for the sag. I don't want to wake up. I always think that too. I'm gonna wake up in the morning and just my face and my skin is gonna be like so saggy. I'm like, oh my gosh. I keep thinking that's how it works with like the sagginess that you just get wrinkly overnight. B says you can Google the law in my country with regards to parent abandonment. Also, I love myself enough that I don't want to incriminate myself by abandoning them. Okay. Already ran out of love for them. I see what you mean. You don't want to have that guilt, right? That guilt of knowing that you abandoned them. I see. Yeah, I'll definitely look that up. So is the law, is that what it's called? Like parent abandonment law in the Philippines? Let me put that in here now. But yes, you guys, I'm just typing something really quickly and then I have something, man, I hate that Skylar's gonna miss it. Okay. Well, I have it up. I think I got the law up. So no worries, D. I think I have it up right here. So I'll take a look at that later. Yeah, I see it right here. I'm gonna definitely let me add this to let me bookmark this so I can read this later because I'm gonna shut my computer down. It's already 8:11 on my time zone. And for you, Allison, it's like 8:09. It's like 10 o'clock. So yeah, let me wrap this up. No, you're 3 hours ahead of me, so it's 11 o'clock for Allison. Okay, let me save this article so I can read that later. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Let me check the chat. Okay, so none of you guys said anything. So Allison, let me know if you're still here. Just say I'm here. D, I know you're in here, but just if you don't mind, just say I'm here. And then we're gonna do something called, it's like a mental wellness wheel. Okay, everybody, I want everybody to participate in this. So let me get it ready. I have actually 4 wheels. Okay, I'm going to spin a wheel for you. And that will be, it's going to, okay, let me tell you what they're called. The first wheel, let me show you the first wheel. So it's 4 of them. First wheel, and you have to pick which one you want. Everybody's going to get a good deed wheel, okay? A deed of the week, okay? So you're going to get a deed of the week. When I spin the wheel, that wheel is going to tell you what, I'm not going to say need to do, but what I want you to do within that week. So when it's the next week, midweek check-in, I'm going to ask you if you did it and how did it make you feel, okay? That's the good deed wheel, okay? That's the one that everybody has to spin. Now there's a wheel that I want you guys to do that you can choose from. So let me show you the first one. This one here, you can't see it. I know the words are small. Don't worry. I can see the words very close when I spin. And I will let you know what it says. I have to cramp. This is 20 affirmation wheel. Now, this wheel does not tell you what to do. This wheel doesn't tell you. It's just an affirmation. Okay, that's it. It's an affirmation. If you agree to the affirmation, just say, I accept. If you don't agree, just say, I don't agree, okay? Because I know some people do not agree to some of the affirmations, and it's okay to say, I disagree, okay? So that's the affirmation wheel. If you want to, like, hey, tell me an affirmation, then I'll spin that wheel for you. Excuse me. Hold on, I got a cough. Give me one moment. Okay, I'm back. Oh, my goodness. And then the other wheel, you guys, this one, hold on. Okay, once again, I know it's small. This one is called, what is this one called, y'all? Hold on. I don't even know okay, this one is my reflection wheel. Okay, this one is my reflection wheel. So, hold on. This is something that okay, if you get the reflection wheel, you would have to tell me something. Okay, so for instance, the wheel right now is on small joy. If I spin the wheel and it lands on small joy, this is like a feedback. You would have to tell me what is a small joy for you. Okay, that's so you're pretty much reflecting of what the wheel says. If you get, for instance, 5 senses, you can tell me some 5 senses that make you feel good. Okay, that's the reflection wheel. And then my other one, you guys, this is my critical thinking wheel. So on this one, it's kind of like deep thinking. You would have to, it's like a topic. So you're going to get a topic and you talk about that topic. And a lot of these topics you see on this wheel, like I said, it's very small. It talks about a lot of the stuff I already talked about on my channel, all the videos, all my lives. So for instance, I talked about masking. So if you land on masking, what are your thoughts on people that mask? If you land on radical acceptance, what are your thoughts on radical acceptance? If you landed on, let's see, I can barely see this. Goodness gracious. Y'all see it's so tiny, but I'll let you know. It's very tiny. I can barely see it. So that's what the deep critical wheel is. So there's 3 of them. You can say, give me the affirmation wheel. You don't have to do really anything with that one. This is just a wheel that I'm just giving you an affirmation and you can tell me if you agree with it or not. And then the reflection wheel, you can reflect on what the wheel says, just reflect on it. And then the critical thinking, the deep thinking wheel is you can talk more about your topic that you spin. And then the last one is the good deed. Okay. I have a wheel that tells you drink more water. There's a wheel that says exercise. That's the good deed wheel. Text a friend and tell them hello. Hang out with a friend that you haven't seen in a while. That's the good deed wheel. Everybody has to spin that. So you don't pick it. You don't say, I want the good deed wheel. You're going to get the good deed wheel. So that's it. This is just something that I thought of for my channel. I need to go back and go back to like what I mean by the I forgot, you guys, because I was supposed to do this last week. I forgot the reflection wheel, the rules to that one. I'm not going to lie, but we'll make it work. If you pick that, we'll make it work. So I'm going to read your chats real quick to catch up what you said. Oh, good. Allison says I'm here. Good. She's still here. So, like I said, this is just a little add-on. I think it's something cool. It's just to get people to talk and stuff like that. So just let me know. Let me take this one down. Let me know what wheel. I'm going to start with you, Allison. But first, let me read your chats. D says, my hate and regrets outweighs the guilt of what I could do to them. Ah, I see. Right. If I snap. Yeah. So it's best to just hang in there and go with the flow, huh? And numb yourself, right? Being jaded. Yeah, we definitely don't want you snapping. Definitely, D. Allison says, I can't imagine how difficult it is to care for your parents, but are there any benefits to supporting them? That's a good question that you can think of. And D says, none. I do, wow, all the chores. I can only rest when I work at midnight. Yeah, I was thinking benefits for like in California, for instance, taking care of like mentally ill or disabled people, you can get benefits for it. They give you money for that. But I know you're in another place. I'm not sure how things work out there, but for out here, there are programs that actually pay family members who take care of sick family members out here. So, but dang. So yeah, you're just that's a really sticky, tough situation to be in, Mandy. Goodness gracious. None. I do all the. Oh, I read that already. I can only rest when I work at midnight. Yeah, your life is definitely pretty much on pause. It's just pretty much on hold. So that's one reason why I'm so glad I got this channel and stuff like that, D. So you don't. So that it's a good distraction. I'm sure it's a really really good distraction. I'm sure of it. But you're doing a good job, D. You're definitely doing a good job. And yeah, you don't want to be left with that guilt of abandoning your parents. But hang in there, D. Continue to hang in there. So we're gonna do the wheels, you guys, and then I am going to hop on off. Allison, if you can let me know which wheel you would like for me to spin. So we got the affirmation wheel, the reflection wheel, or do you want critical thinking wheel? Which one would you like for me to spin? And then after you guys do that, I'll spin the good deed wheel, and that'll be your good deed of the week. And I will check back in with you next week on your good deed to see if you did it. And it's not mandatory, okay, y'all? It's not mandatory. If you're not in the mood to do any of that, of your good deed, it's fine. Not mandatory. But yeah, which one would you like, Allison? Affirmations, reflection, or critical thinking? And you can also let me know, D, which wheel you would like as well. You guys can answer that, and I'll spin the wheel. Oh, you picked a good one. I was not expecting critical thinking wheel to be picked. 'Cause that's like a deep thought type thing where you got to come up with your thoughts. So Allison picked the critical thinking wheel. Okay, let me get that one up for you, and I'm gonna read the chat real quick. I see the chat. Um, I would like any wheel, but I'll go with 3, and then critical thinking wheel. Allison, I feel like a small child in school again. I know, right? I hope this is fun. I hope this is fun. So I'm going to spin your wheel. Are you ready, Allison? I will spin your wheel. Allison says you would make an amazing therapist or a social worker. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I think I'll do a terrible job at it, to be honest. I think I'll be a terrible job because, I know I was just like, did I just make sense what I said to this patient? Did I make sense? But it's definitely something I wouldn't mind doing though. Get into psychology maybe. But thank you for that, Allison. Thank you. Let's see. D says this country is more corrupt than what you have there. I can't even do self care without cutting costs where their needs is hell. But I'll stop here. Yeah, D. I know your situation. Oh, yeah. Let's just change the subject, right? So sorry that you're in that situation, and I will say, like I said, I will say that you're definitely doing a good job, just trying your best not to snap. And I hope, hopefully a channel like mine is a huge distraction for you. So all right. You ready, Allison? I'm going to spin your critical thinking wheel. Whatever it lands on, what you have to do is you have to tell me your thoughts pretty much. It's a topic. You can pass. If you don't like the topic, you only have one pass. So you can say spin again if you don't want to talk about that, or if you have no idea what that topic is. If you don't have a perspective or a point of view about that topic, just say pass. But you can only pass one time. And D, you can let me know what wheel you would like to me to spin for you. Once again, D, we have the affirmation wheel, the reflection wheel, if you want to reflect on something, and then the critical thinking wheel. I want to know your thoughts on a topic. And like I said, all of the topics are from what I've already talked about on my channel. Allison says, all right, Wheel of Fortune, here we go. So I'm going to spin for Allison. I don't even see it. Oh my God, I didn't see it spinning. Oh wait, maybe because I got the wrong wheel up. Oh my God, hold on. Yeah, I got the wrong wheel up. Oh my God. What wheel do I have? Y'all, I had the wrong wheel up. Hold on. Okay, so working pro. Hold on. Let me, let me clear. I had affirmation wheel. I thought for some odd reason I said she's going to say affirmations. Okay, I had the wrong wheel up. I'm like, why is it not spinning? I want to see it spin on the screen. Okay, wrong. I spin the wrong wheel. Okay, here we go. So critical thinking wheel. Here we go. Let's see what Allison gets. Were you able to hear the cute music? I had my desktop mute. I hope you were able to hear that cute little music that it does. Okay, Allison, your topic is, and you can come up. I'm not sure if you want to come up, or it's best just do it in the chat because my midweek check-in already went long enough. So you can definitely answer in the chat. So it says here, the people-pleasing cost. So we actually talked about this earlier. So interesting that you got this topic. So it goes back to people-pleasing. What is the cost of people-pleasing? So what are like the downfalls to people that people-please? Allison, and go ahead into the chat. If you don't want people-pleasing, like what's the cost to people pleasing. Okay, like what's the downfall? What's the bad side of people pleasing? So like I said, answer that in the chat. That is your topic. You can say pass if you don't want to talk about that, and we can spin it again. Or what are your thoughts on people pleasing? What is the cost? What does it cost you? And let me see here. While you're answering your question, Allison D says, wouldn't be here if your lives aren't helping. I'll spend the okay. D also wants critical thinking wheel. Perfect. So I'm going to close all those other wheels down. So I'm going to close affirmation. Actually, I'll keep that up because I have to spin too. I'll go last. So, what are the costs to people pleasing? What are your thoughts on that, Allison? And then you know what, Dee, let me spin for you while she's at. Well, I don't know if she wants to say. Are you answering this one or is it a pass? She's probably answering it. So I'll spin for you, Dee, because something tells me Allison is answering it. So Dee, let's see what we get for you. Let me spin. So you got an easy one, Dee. Yours is saying no. Okay. So this is like boundaries. Okay. What would you like to say about saying no? It could be what comes to mind, or you could say pass. Like, nah, that's too simple. You can only pass one time. So this is for boundaries. Okay. For saying no. What are your thoughts for people? You can answer any kind of way. You can answer it in a way how like you're helping someone how to say no. Like, hey, this is how you say no. Don't feel bad about saying no. Or, like I said, what comes to mind about saying no? Look, D just said no. Okay, take your time, Allison. Take your time. All right, D says no. You want this topic, D, or you want me to roll it again for you? You want to answer this one, or is it too simple? So, like I said, this is just something that I already talked about. All of these topics are just from things that I talked about on my channel, like whether I made a video about it or a live about it. So I talked about saying no on my channel. But let me see if D wants it. Let's see. D says the answer is no. It's too simple. Spin it again. All right. So nothing to say about that. So let's see what we get. So this is your last pass. You will have to give me your thoughts on the next topic for sure, even if it's simple or easy. Okay, here we go. The strong friend. What are your thoughts on having a strong friend? Any thoughts to that, D? Having that strong friend. This makes me think of the conversation that we had about having just that one special friend. So what are your thoughts? And if you want, you can go back to the saying no, okay? Even though you passed it, I don't mind if you go back. Like, nah, I'll just go ahead and answer no about saying no. But that is your next one is what are your thoughts? What comes to mind about the strong friend? And then let me see. I want to pick I don't know why I want to pick reflection wheel because like I said, I kind of forgot. I don't like some of the topics I put in the reflection wheel. I'm gonna do the reflection wheel while you guys are answering. Okay, let me put down the critical and switch to reflection. Let me see what I get. Let me see. Okay, I don't like that. I don't want to reflect on a small joy. No, let me see. My reflection to small. Okay. Small joys, huh? Okay, I'm going to answer it like this. So my reflection to small joys, I've talked about joy on my channel before, and I talked about how my happiness don't last, and if I'm having real happiness, it don't last, it's gone. But I will say my small joys is in my 20s. I'm a reflected to my 20s, and it's just pretty much just going out being wild. Okay, I had a wild 20s. I did. I shared this on my channel that I titled this video. Um, I do not regret my 20s. Yeah, that's what I called it. And I had a lot of small joys in my 20s. I did. And I did risk, I mean, because of my BPD, but I was undiagnosed at the time. I did a lot of risky stuff. I did. I hung out with the bad crowd. I was staying up late. I was going to parties. I was going to after parties. I had a freaking blast. So my small joy is definitely something like that, doing what I absolutely love to do, which is going out partying. Okay, partying is my thing. I still think about it even in my 40s. Like, I'm like, I wonder where all the awesome parties are. That's my small joy. My small joy is also like when I'm finally feeling my small joy, just hanging out with my dog, hanging out with my dog, um, doing what I love to do as my career. That's my small joys. And I mean, I would say roller skating, but I haven't did that in a while. That don't make me happy anymore. Like skating. Uh, I don't know. Yeah, that's my small joy. I get so yeah. You want to answer the small joy? You want? You should have did reflection wheel, huh? You want the? Now go ahead. You can answer it. I don't mind. You can definitely answer it if you want to answer small joys. Absolutely, go for it. D says the irony. Okay, I don't even have friends. I hardly talk to anyone these days. All I do is watch YouTube videos and anime. I can say an essay, but I'll be hardly relatable. It'll wait, but it'll be hardly relatable to me. Yeah, and it can also, because if you're looking at the strong friend as your experience, then yes, it can definitely be hard for you to answer because you don't have a strong friend. But if you can answer it by pretending, let's say someone is, replaying this and they like, okay, yeah, what are your thoughts about having a strong friend? Can you answer it like that? Let's just say that, not like a reflection. I think you kind of answered it like like the reflection wheel, like to reflect. How would you answer this for people to have a supportive, strong friend? Like, what does that mean, or what does that look like to you if you had to guess? How about that? That's the critical thinking part. Like, what would a strong, you can answer it like, what would a strong friend look like to you? Or what will a strong friend be considered to you, if that makes sense? And you can still say, nah, no energy to answer that. Like I said, I know this live been a little long, but I think that's kind of like where I was going with the critical thinking, not mainly like a reflection. Like if you was to try to help someone with your point of view of a strong, what's your point of view of a strong friend? Let me know if that makes a little more sense. Allison says, okay, so she shared, AD also says, when you shared your 20s was where I shared my special drink mix with the holy salt. Not really. I don't think I mentioned my 20s in that live. I don't think. I talked about my 20. Maybe I did. I probably did, D. I probably I probably did. I think I did mention my 20s in that live. Who knows? But I know for sure I made it I made that its own video for sure. All right. It looks like Allison is answering her question. She says 20s are special for experiencing certain freedoms. Yeah, for the first time. Yeah, for a lot of people, that's what they utilize their 20s for, right? They utilize their 20s to just go wild, right? To go wild. And that's what I did, man. Y'all, I was wild. I had a very interesting 20s. I did, and I don't regret them, and I want to live them again. I sure do. I sure do. Man, you guys. Let's see here. Listen says, I don't have many friends, but I can honestly say that Having support for my mental health and those around me is more important than someone to do activities with. The channel is support. The channel is support too. All right. I'm glad. I'm glad to know that this channel is definitely support for you. And I highly agree with what you said. I don't have many friends either, especially close. I have friends. Maybe I can count two, but no close friends. No close friends at all. And yeah, I'm just definitely just trying to focus on my mental health as well. Allison, to be honest, that's what I just been focusing on. Dee says a strong friend will look like keeping you grounded and call you out. Yes, if you went too far. I love that. I like the call out part because I don't like white lies, right? I think of a good friend not telling you white lies. I like that you said calling you out because it made me think about this. I don't want a friend to just sugarcoat and say, "Oh no, girl, you look good in that dress," when you know you look like Free Willy. Okay, you got donut rolls in that dress, your skin is hanging out, your muffin tops all sagging out when you sit down. I'm like, no, tell me that I don't look good in this dress. Tell me the truth. Say, no, I'm sorry. I'm not having you go out like that. You look like a hot mess. Take that dress off and wear something that is appropriate for your body size. That's that is the type of friend that I want. And I definitely want the friend that's calling me out as well. If I did something wrong, they know, tell me, like, no, that's not cool. It's not good what you did. You need to X, Y, and Z. So yes, that keeps you that's strong, that keeps you grounded, focused, helping you out when you're getting ready to make some bad decisions. That is definitely a strong friendy. I agree. So, Allison, did you answer your people pleasing critical thinking one, or did you? I'm not sure if you said. Did you say pass? Because I don't think you answered yours. Allison said, "I thought a strong friend is someone who tolerates the perspective that other people think they don't need. Yeah, need help or support." That's another way to look at it, though. I understand Dee's point of view of a strong friend, but I hear your point of a strong friend too. A strong friend that's being there for you. You know, that strong friend is just holding it down, like holding it down for you too. That's another a way of looking at it. But I think it's the same. Like if keeping you grounded, it's the same thing. I think it's like related. But yeah, the calling you out. Now that I think about it, let me see. How can you put that when someone is? That's a friend like I'm being real, like upfront, like a friend that's being upfront more than just being strong. Yeah, when you think of a strong friend, yeah, you're just pretty much thinking of someone who's just there for you through the thick and the thin. Like if you got something going on, they don't leave. They are here to hear they are here to hear you out and to hopefully give you what you need to help you with your situation or to support you through that storm. Yeah, that's definitely a strong friend. The one about what you said, the calling you out and things like that. That's definitely the tell it like it is friend. That's that friend that's just keeping it real. What they say, keeping it real. Okay, Allison answered her people pleasing. She says, people pleasing feels like keeping things light, but it can tolerate serious disrespect and betrayal. Adding sugar to a poison won't make it less hurtful. Stopping requires a breaking point. I like that. People pleasing feels like keeping things light. Yeah, and it just boils down to respect, right? But it can tolerate serious disrespect and betrayal. Yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely, because we don't want to break people's boundaries at the same time, right? Things like that. And so yeah, I like your answer with the people pleasing on your topic. The cost, that's the cost to it. Betrayal and disrespect is what it costs when you're. And it's also like a disrespect to yourself, like the cost to it. I know we said earlier, like our identities are being lost, a loss of identity. You're also, like I said, disrespecting yourself when you're people pleasing. That's the cost to it. So yeah, thank you for that, Allison. Thank you for your critical thinking of this people pleasing situation. Allison, it says, OD says, small joys to me is just enjoying good food. Oh, pizza, right? That's a privilege not anyone can have. I know that's right. Exactly. I definitely love food. I definitely love food. Um, Allison says, I like that definition is a strong friend more. Definitely a healthier definition than what I had in mind. Yeah, that's a strong friend, right? If we had to just make it a simple definition, we can just say a friend who is there for you through the thick and the thin, right? Through the thick and the thin. They are there for you. They're strong for you, because you're weak when we're coming at our friends and we're vulnerable and we're just crying and stuff like that or frustrated. You got that strong friend that's just there to hold it together for you, you know. And it's not to say that this friend is strong, right? Because we get it. We have to understand that they're not always strong, right? We don't want to always look at this person like, oh, you're just always strong. No, they get weak too, right? They get weak too. But what we're saying is, right? But what we're saying is they're strong for you in that moment, right? We don't want to say that they're always strong, because I get it. Some people say I'm not always strong, and we can always say that, if you are in a melting, crying hot mess and this strong friend is trying to help you through the thick and thin, we can make sure that we leave room to say, thank you for being strong for me right now, right? Because this allows the person to, it's telling the person that I understand that you're just strong for me right now. And it's telling them that I understand that you're not always strong. Okay, you're allowing this person to be human, right? To be human, because I'm always told, oh, you're strong. You're strong. What you went through, you're strong. You're strong, which is understandable. It's understandable. But I'm like, no, I have to tell people I can be weak too. I can be weak too. Okay. I'm weak. I'm not always strong. Right. So, that's another way to make sure, that's another way to look at it, when we're relying on our strong friend, to just let them know, thank you for being strong for me right now in this moment. Right. All right. So that is about it. We answered. I like how we answered each other's. I like that. I'm gonna add that to the little rules. We can answer each other's wheels. I like that. I like that. Allison says, that is very good to know. No one can be strong, right, forever. I don't want anyone supporting me to feel taken advantage of. Yeah, so we have to make sure we let them know, like, hey, thank you for being here for me right now. You're being strong for me right now at this moment, and I thank you so much. Yeah, because if we keep telling someone, oh, you're just so strong, then they're gonna feel like they're being taken advantage of, or they're gonna feel like, well, I get weak too. Or here's another way to look at this. This person can also think that, okay, when I need you, like let's say I'm crying and I need you, you might be like, well, you're strong, so you got this, right? So we got to be careful. We have to make sure that we tell these strong friends that, I understand that, I understand that you're not always strong, and I understand that you're just here for me, and you're making sure that I'm good, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful, because we don't want that friend thinking, okay, so when I'm having my meltdowns and when I'm going through something, are you going to be here for me? Like, I need you here for me too. Right? So we got to be careful. That strong word can be very tricky, can it? Um, let's see here. Allison says, thank you for being strong for us right now, Chrissy. Oh, you're absolutely welcome. I'm glad I'm seeming like I'm strong for you guys. I'm glad. Especially after sharing some personal stuff earlier about my childhood, but I'm hanging in there, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely hanging in there, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the live so far, and I'm glad you were able to join your very first midweek check-in, Allison. Awesome. This is how things roll over here. Let me take this wheel off my screen. Oh no, this is the good D wheel. Is it? No, this is not the good D. Let me take this one off. And I'm gonna put the good D. So this is the good D one, you guys. This is the one I'm gonna give you guys for a week. You got a week to complete this, and I will ask you if you did your good deed. So take a screenshot, write it down, because I will ask you, did you do your good deed of the week? Okay, this is like your Chrissy homework. It's not mandatory though. It's not mandatory. Let's see. D says we can also be a strong friend to them. Yes, yes. We're all floating in a vast ocean, and you can't always sacrifice yourself to say right someone who's preventing you from sacrificing yourself to save them. Yeah, that's another perspective too, right? Yeah. We can also be a strong friend to them. Yeah, that's what I just said too, right? We got to make sure we're strong for them as well. Mm-hmm. We're all floating in the vast ocean and can't always sacrifice yourself to save someone who's yes, that's the key word. See, preventing. When I see that, it makes me think of that conversation we had, D, for how people just don't want to be saved. Sometimes we have to let these people drown. Definitely. That's another perspective, right? For those that don't want to be saved and they're just here to always want to complain and complain about their situation, and they don't want to, yeah, that they don't, you're sacrificing yourself for, yeah, we don't want to be in that position with these type of, with those type of friends, or in that situation, I should say, in that situation. But yeah, there is a situation like that. I remember us talking about that, D. I remember us talking about that. But going back to when you said we got to be strong for them, yep, that's exactly what I said. We got to make sure that we're strong for that friend as well. So I'm going to end it with the good deed, Will. I'll go first. Allison, I'll spin for you second. D, I'll spin for your good deed third. You can pass your good deed, but you can only pass it once. And if you don't like the new deed, then you can pick between your old deed and your new deed. Okay, you guys. And then after I spin, I'm going to close out this live. I don't have to edit it. I like the way this live went. I don't have to edit this one, so I'm going to keep this one as is. And Allison, I'm still trying to edit that live when you came in and you talked about your update. That live is still, I have not gotten the chance to edit that one yet, okay? That's the live that you came in and you were telling me your wonderful updates and stuff like that. That one I'm going to get up. No worries. I didn't forget about that live. But yeah, so let's do our good deed, Will. Let me start with me first. Let me make sure I'm spinning the right one this time. Let me close all these other wheels because we're not doing these anymore. All right. Let me close this window too. All right, so here we go. My good deed of the week, you guys. Let's see. Yeah. All right. My deed says, you guys, in a week span, I have to. Oh my God, I just closed it, and I closed it too soon. Let me get my window. Oh, never mind. No, I go right here. Okay, so I got unfollow a toxic social account or accounts. I have to unfollow a toxic social account. Mm-hmm. Let me spin again because I did that already for my New Year's resolution. That was my New Year's resolution, and I made a video that I was trying to unsubscribe to a lot of toxic channels. I'm going to roll again because I already did that. The channels I have so far, I mean, there is one channel, I'm not going to lie. There's one channel that I can unsubscribe to, but I'm not ready to get rid of that one yet, to be honest. I'm not ready. So let me spin again. Let me give myself another deed. All right, where's my wheel? Okay, I'm giving myself another deed. Then Allison, I'm going to spin your deed, okay? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. I have to do not check any emails or messages before bed. Okay, I'll do this deed because I'm not doing my unfollow the toxic social media, any social media things. So I'm not, okay, so when I go to bed, I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to swear by my deed too, y'all. I'm not going to check any emails before I go to bed. I'm just going to set my alarm for work, put my phone down and go to bed because I do check emails like crazy. I check my emails, my messages. I should have added YouTube too, since I'm a content creator. I should have put don't check your YouTube status. I should have put that on there too. So I'm not going to do that either. All right, so that's my deed, you guys. I'm not checking any emails and messages before bed for the whole entire week, and I will check in with you guys next Wednesday if I did that. Okay, wish me luck. Wish me luck. Let's see. Let me read what D said. I'm gonna roll Allison's wheel. D says we could be. Oh wait, did I read that already? Yeah. Allison says, "I'm so sorry. I will try to be more careful in my wording next time." Oh, did I miss anything? Oh no, I think you're okay, Allison. D says the thing is not that they don't want to be saved. They prevent you. Oh, I see. They prevent you from sacrificing yourself to save them because they don't want to lose. Oh, I see you. Okay. It's a contradiction that loops if you think about it. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Allison says lies. Oh, are you talking about my will? Allison, you talking about are you talking about my deed? No, I'm a swear by my deed because I really want us to do this. I really do. I thought about this so we can distract ourselves from I don't know. I just thought about a deed wheel, and the wheels change every week. By the way, I have like so many of these wheels. This is wheel one, and then once we roll through all of them, then we can do wheel two. So I have a lot of these, you guys. We're gonna have fun with these wheels. Allison, I'm spinning for you next. Allison says, "Oh, I'm so glad I don't need to take it. I love to doom stroll before bed. See, you better be glad that's not your deed." D says, "Wait, if you do that, does that mean you gotta miss?" Oh no, not the no. Okay, so work. No, this is before bed. But if HR gets a hold, that's a good point, D. I see where you see where you're going with that, D. That's a good point. But if it's from my job, I gotta check those emails. I'm sorry, I gotta check the emails from HR. But good point, D. I see where you're going with that. Allison says, "I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying the deed. Oh, the deed for me would be a lie. Oh, okay. I couldn't do it. Oh, so good thing you didn't get that one. Well, let's see what Allison get. And D, you're next. All right, you ready, Allison? Here we go. Let's see your deed of the week. Oh my gosh, Allison. Are you guys able to hear the sound to the wheel? It's so cute. So yours is easy, Allison. All you have to do is just make sure that you call a friend. Okay, call a friend, or is this pass? Or because there's some people like it may look easy, but we have some people like, oh no, I can't. And not text. Okay, not text a friend. You have to call a friend within the week, not every day. Okay, this is just within that week period. Okay, call a friend. And like I said, this may seem easy. That might be an easy deed, but for some people like me, if I was to roll this, I'll be like, nope, pass. Because I don't like being over the phone. That's number one. I can't stand being over the phone. I text my friends. I don't call my friends. I don't like being over the phone. But this is your deed, Allison. Oh, you said yes? Yes to the so you want this deed, Allison? Let me write your deeds down. Hold on. Let me take my notes because let me write Allison's deed. Because I will check in with you guys next week, okay? I'm like, did you do your deed? So Allison got call a friend. You got to call a friend. All right, I got you down for that, Allison. All right, D. Hold on, let me read the chat first. I see you guys are chatting in there. Let me see here. D says, you got to be careful with these unless you want to do a repeat of the planet's situation. It's a good thing I don't even remember the planet situation. My memory is so bad. I remember mentioning the planets, but I don't remember the planet situation. Too much of details. My brain is so tired. Alice is okay. So she said yes. Allison, I have a single friend and I call her every 2 to 3 weeks. This is the weekend. Oh, to call her. I got lucky. Oh, you are so lucky then. So next Wednesday, I will ask you how'd your deed go. You don't have to tell me what you guys talked about, but you can just say, I called my friend this weekend and it was amazing talking to my friend. All right. So I got you down for call a friend. So D, let's see your deed of the week. Oh, I think you said yes because you can hear the animation. I mean, not the animation. You can hear the sounds. Is that why you said yes? Because I want to make sure you guys can hear the wheel. It's so cute. D got text A. Let me see. It says, text a meaningful compliment. I think D's gonna pass on this one, and not text in the chat, meaning like someone. You have to text someone a meaningful compliment. Is this a pass, D? Or you think you got this? You think you can compliment someone? A meaningful compliment to someone. You got to text it. D says, remember the planets when you asked anywhere I want to visit. Oh, I know. Okay, yeah, I remember now when I asked you where you want to visit. Alice said he does that every time we speak with him. I know, right? But yeah, not with us. Don't compliment us. It has to be. And I think he, like I said, I think he might pass on this one. But we'll see. Is this a pass, D? You want another spin? What was mine again? Hold on. What was mine? Oh, okay. Don't check any emails. Let me write this down for myself before I end up. And I'm gonna let you know if I end up messing up. Don't worry, guys. With this, everybody. I want after we do our D's, we gotta say Scout honor. Okay, we gotta say Scout's honor, or I promise. We gotta do these D's. Okay, so let me put mine's is do not. Okay, Chrissy's is do not check emails and messages before bed. Emails and messages. All right. Because I will forget and I'm going to mess up like, oh my God, I messed up on the first night. Knowing me, I would mess up on the first night. Emails and messages before bed. Okay. All right. Let's see if D says skip. I'm just typing my deed of the week. And then D's deed. D's, that sounds like D's deed. I'll always do that to my boss every time I clock in for work. Okay, so it sounds like you're keeping the deed. I always do that to my boss. Okay, every time I clock in for work. Easy peasy then for you. The only time I people please is to my boss. All right, so sounds like a keeper. Is this a keeper, D? So, okay, sounds like that's easy peasy for you to do. So let me put here, text a meaningful compliment. And then we'll be checking next week, you guys. We're gonna go over our deeds. I want to know how you guys did. Text a meaningful compliment. All right, I got you down for that one, D. Looks like you're okay with that one. I wish Skylar was here. I think we took too long. And I was almost wrapping it up. I think I went too long talking about my staff. I wanted Skylar to be here for this. Aw, that's okay. We'll get her next week. All right. So that's it, you guys. That wraps everything up. But let me see if I see D said that he wants this one before I do my closing page. And while I'm waiting to hear from D, I think you were in here, Allison, when I mentioned that I was going to go live more. So after midweek check-in, if you see me live, it can mean that I'm doing some ASMR, or it can mean that I'm doing another type of group panel. Okay, so this group panel is just open discussion, kind of like this. You might as well say it's just like a midweek check-in, but the panel will look different. I have another panel for that one. It's just a good vibe panel where we can all just talk in here for how long we can. Okay. Because like I said, I'm trying to get some watch hours and meet some more people and la, 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 la. So who knows? I might go live tomorrow. It all depends if I want to go live. It will be different odd hours of the day. I can't really tell you what time. It's just an odd hour of the day. So be on the lookout for that. Okay. Just want to make sure I get that out there before I close. D says, I always say, good job hiring me, boss. I'll be $500 plus international tax. I mean, I guess you can say that's meaningful, but remember, think of the word meaningful. It has to be a meaningful compliment, okay? So I'm talking like, when I wrote this, I'm talking, you got to pour your heart and soul out into your compliment. Not a easy, oh, well, thank you for hiring me. I'm so grateful. Nope. When we say the word meaningful, it's heartfelt. So are you passing? I don't know if you can get down like that when it comes to complimenting people, or you can put a heartfelt compliment. You can get another deed, or you can still stick with that one, okay? Allison says, if you live, then I would try to stop by and show my support. Absolutely. Always try. No rush at all. I'm just doing the best I can to just pretty much be more active on my channel. I think the midweek check-ins are not enough, and I'm barely uploading videos. But anyways, when I first started this channel, you guys, I wanted to go live more than anything anyways, because this is like a talk channel. It's more talk, like a venting talk type channel. It was never really meant to just upload videos, to be honest. I was just doing that because I was trying to get my channel out there, trying to get it in the algorithm, get some subscribers. So I actually have no problem not really uploading a video on my channel, to be honest. I rather do lives. I love lives because it's more interacting, you know, it's more engaging, it's interacting, it's less boring. I feel like if I make a video, it has to be a good one, because videos, you have control over what you want to put out there. And I just feel like sometimes when I upload, like, that's not good enough, or nah, that topic sucked. I feel like when people make videos, it's because they have something to really want to, they have something to really want to show their audience. Like, look at this video, you got to check this video out. And yeah, that was not my direction, to be honest. My direction was mainly lives. So yeah, you always catch one, Allison. If you don't catch one tomorrow, who knows? You might see me live on Friday. If you don't catch the Friday one, I know people are busy on weekends, then you might see me live on Saturday. So no worries at all. Dee says, hey boss, this is heartfelt, full of heart and soul, with a garnish of my spirit. Give me a D. Something tells me we need to spend your good deed well. It has to be meaningful, D. Don't lose. Don't lose your deed. You're gonna lose. Nope, that's still too simple. It has to be heartfelt, from your heart, like from the bottom of your heart. So are you keeping it, or are we spinning? And then I'm gonna close out, okay? Because yeah, it's 9 now. I gotta go to bed. All right, D said, but it is meaningful to me. Um, I don't know if I can still accept that. I don't know. I don't know, because when I think of something that's heartfelt, like, I want you to think of like a birthday card, right? When someone opens up that birthday card and they just see that you really poured your heart out into this. That's, if I understand that's your heartfelt and no, that's your meaningful, but it's not, it don't still hit it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't hit it enough. It's not giving, like, if my friend was to say that line to me without the raise part, you know, to give me the raise part, I'll be like, oh, nah, you gotta come at me a little more oomph with that. You know what I'm saying, D? You gotta hit a little more softer, like a little more like heartfelt. That's still not enough. It's not enough. I'm not gonna lie, it's not enough. So you want another spin, D, or you think you can challenge yourself by going a little more heartfelt? Alyssa says, you can thank your boss for having a reliable income to support your aging parents, unless you feel like it will make him take advantage of. That's a good point, Allison. What are your thoughts on what Allison just said, D? Yes, you definitely don't want to. Yeah, because I mean, we don't know what type of boss you have, right? We don't know, but she does make a good point. You know, we have bosses that can take advantage. Like, okay, well, if that's the case, well, let me give you some more work, or let me, who knows what can happen. Of course, you know your boss better than we do, right? But so be careful wanting to give your boss a meaningful um compliment. You may definitely want another spin. D says let's spin again. Let's see what the universe offers me. I think that's a good choice because but to be honest, I think it's a good choice because I swear, and I don't know if you agree though, D, because like I say, you know your boss better than me and Allison, but Allison makes a good point because it makes me think about a boss I used to have. Whenever she receives compliments, she works you more. She takes advantage of you. So I like what you said, Allison. That's another way to look at it. All right, let's spin again for D, and let's see what you get. And if you don't like this one, then you can go back to the compliment one. No worries at all, D. No worries. We don't want to overstress it, okay? Let's spin again. I'm sorry. Oh my God. D, your next one is just like, it's almost like the old one. So I'm sorry. This guy's be cracking up. D, your other one says, send a heartfelt note. So D, you got to pour your heart out again. So this one's a note. You got to send a heartfelt note. Oh my God. So you want to go back to the other one or you want to keep this? I'm just all of this heartfelt. D, you got to pour your heart out this week. I guess this is the heartfelt week for D. So which one, D? Are you going to do the send a heartfelt note or text a meaningful compliment? I'm sorry. D says the irony. I told you the universe hates me. Sorry. I don't mean to be laughing at your D. Oh my God, I can't believe you end up getting that one. I need to take that one off the wheel. Let me give you another. You want another spin, D? I don't mind giving you a freebie. I need to take that. That's the same thing. I mean, kinda. Like when I was writing this one, a heartfelt note, I was thinking more like a letter, but it's the same. It's the same thing. Wouldn't you guys think that's the same thing? You can spin. We can spin again, D. We can spin. Allison says, let me back up here. Um, oh wait, I missed what you said right here, D. I can't give a meaningful compliment to save my life without throwing in some white lies. That's too funny, right? So then I have to spin for you again then. So you definitely don't want that other one. Allison says maybe say it to one of your parents. Okay. Allison says maybe you can send the note to. Oh, I like that, Allison. Oh, maybe you can send the note to yourself. Appreciate yourself for all your hard work and sacrifice. Oh, I wish I could give you a high five. I like that. What do you think about that one, D? What do you think about what Allison just said about writing? Yeah, that's what I was going with the note. A heartfelt note. Yes, Allison. So what do you think about that, D? You want to write yourself a heartfelt note? Give yourself some credit, give yourself some grace. D says, "Hey, I might as well pull my heart out and serve it on a silver platter at this point with a post-it note saying, hang in there. Oh my gosh. You know, D, but what do you think about what Allison said though? You know, without all the laughing, let me put the laughing to the side. What do you think about what Allison said? I like that because I did that before. I wrote a heartfelt note to myself and I burned it. Oh, that felt good, y'all. I had to let some stuff go and I wrote it on a piece of paper. I did this as an exercise for myself. I wrote a heartfelt note to myself and I balled it up and burned it. I like that. Allison says, you deserve more than hanging there. I think so too, Allison. I really do. I think D definitely deserves more than that. And I think writing himself a heartfelt note is a brilliant idea. But let's see what D thinks. But I can roll, like I said, I can roll again for you, D, or if you like Allison's suggestion. Allison says, wow, that sounds awesome. You can mail it to yourself or just destroy it. Ooh, when you're done writing it. Oh, I love the idea. See, I love it. I love how we all come together with our point of views and our ideas and our suggestions. I like that as well. Like, mail it to yourself. Oh my gosh, I feel like doing, you know what? I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna take your deed, D. I am going to take your deed and do what Allison just said because I'm going to mail myself. You know, people don't mail them. People don't mail these days. They don't go to the post office and mail letters anymore. You know, it's 2026. We text now, right? We text. Texting replaced mailing. And I'm going to do that for myself, actually. I want to be like, oh, I got a letter in the mail and it's from me. Oh my God, Allison, high five, honey. High five. I love it. He says, Allison, I've been telling myself that ever since I became self aware. Otherwise, I'd be sleeping 6 feet under without worrying about my crippling debts. Well, okay. With that being said, D, if it sounds like something that you do all the time or did before a lot, would you like me to spin it again? Allison says, Chrissy, the superstar. I know. I hope so. The superstar of deeds. I know, right? I hope so. And let me know if you guys like this. I need some feedback. You guys like this? The whole will thing. Let me. I was trying, Allison. Before you joined my midweek check-ins, they were like, I don't know. I'm like, they don't seem like they're engaging enough. You know what I'm saying? So I say, you know what? Let me spin a wheel and make it like mental wellness type stuff. And I don't know. So let me know if you guys like this. And if you have ideas, you know, like, hey, maybe we should do this. I'm all for it. Okay. D says, I still even have the letter. Wow, I wrote when I was gonna do. Oh no, self-exiting. Okay, so yeah, D, let's spin again for you. Okay. Would you like me to spin again for you? Allison says that's not what we meant. Right. Right. It's like a letter to give yourself credit and grace, you know, like Allison said, for the sacrifices that you've been through and that type of note. But yeah, if you we can spin again for you, D. We can spin again. No worries. Allison says, do you want to choose your deed for this week? Oh, I did mine. My deed is you talking about my deed or D's deed? That sounds funny. D's deed. D says, spin it again. Let's see how the universe is against me playing this wheel. I know, right? All right, let's spin for D. And then, all right, let me go back to the thing. Okay, here we go. All right, so D, you got listen without interrupting. I don't know if that's something that you struggle with or anything, but you know, because we do have people that struggle with listening. You know, they they would cut someone off or they don't let anybody finish. I don't know if that's you though, D. I don't know if that's you, but you can also, you guys too, email me because I'm going to go to my closing page. You can always email me deeds, reflections, affirmations, critical thinking topics. Please do. Um, it was like 12 o'clock in the morning when I made this. Okay. So give me some grace. You may say, Chrissy, what the freak is on the wheel, man? Like, Chrissy, come on now. Give me some grace. Okay. I was tired when I made these wheels. So, D, that's your wheel. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. D says, yeah, I get the notes y'all meant. I was just being edgy. Apologies. No worries, D. Do you like, is this something that you suffer with by chance, D? Listen without interrupting? I need to take that off. No, I need to take that off the wheel. I'm sorry. No, I'm spinning for you again, D. D, this is your fourth spin. Okay, this is your fourth spin and I'm out of here. I know it's getting late for me and Allison. Okay, let me. This is your fourth spin, D. Oh my gosh. I don't like that one. That is not a good deed. I'm taking that off the wheel. That's why I'm giving you another spin. Let me take that off the wheel now. I could take that off the wheel right now. Nope. Let me see, where is it on the wheel? I could take that off right now. Can I? No, I can't take it off yet. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna spin for you again, D. Lord. Let me hear. That's a skill you learn when you work as customer service. You don't want to talk over someone venting their complaints and hurt for the company you work for. Yeah, see, that's why we got to spin for you. Okay, this is it. All right, I actually like this one. I actually like this one for you, D. I do, because it makes me think of our previous conversations that I had with you. So I like it. All right, D. So yours said, and you can't pass this one, okay? You can't pass this one. And like I said, these are not mandatory. If you don't do them, then you don't do them. No worries, okay? But D, yours is now spend 15 minutes outside. Okay? So spend 15 minutes outside. That's it. That's yours. There's no pass. I actually, like I said, I actually like this deed for you. I do. So that is D's deed. I'm going to put, he is going to spend about at least 15 minutes, or we could put, or more. If you said I spent more than 15 minutes outside, hey, even better. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So 15 minutes outside. All right. I got everybody's deeds. Okay. You still hanging in there, Allison? Are you still here? Let me know if you're still here. I'm going to close out. So everybody got their deeds now. 15 minutes outside. All right. So here's the deeds recap. Allison got call a friend. My deed is to not check emails or messages before bed. And D, you have to spend at least 15 minutes outside. All right, everybody, we got our deeds now. I'm going to head on to my closing page. Give me one moment, you guys. My computer's acting up. It's erasing. Okay, there we go. All right, let me save our deeds. And then I will check in with everyone, next week and see if you did your deeds. All right. All right, Allison is still here. Good. Okay, so I'm glad you guys like this. Let's see, Dee says I spend more than an hour doing groceries. It takes me 15 minutes from my house to the grocery store. So we can add a little twist. We can just put like 15 minutes outside doing no errands. This is just stepping out your house, clearing your mind. Okay, stepping out your home to clear your mind, smell the fresh air, stretch, or that let's yeah, like that. No errands, not an errand thing. This is just stepping outside for 15 minutes out of your home. Okay, so that's your deed. D. Like I said, I'm going to make some better deeds. Let me go to my closing page so you guys can help me make some topics and things like that for my wheel. All right, let me switch to this page. And after that, you guys, I'm pretty much closing, but don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Where's my closing page, Lord? Where is it at? Come on. Here it is. All right. So, all right, guys. So, yeah, thank you all for your support. Thank you, Allison, for checking out your very first midweek check-in. I hope you like how things roll over here. I know it's, like I said, it's different from when I go live, right? It's very different from when I go live with the camera on. So I hope you enjoyed your very first midweek check-in. This is what we pretty much do every week. I hope you guys like the wheel thing. You can always email me. My email is going to be flashing on the bottom soon. Okay. Healing Speaks Chrissy, at gmail.com. You can always email me for, hey, you can add this to the wheel. So once again, the different wheels, you guys, it's the affirmation wheel, a critical thinking, deep thinking wheel. So like topics like mental health, topics that you can talk about, that we can talk about when you roll on that, or, get that as your choice. And then the other wheel is, reflection, how to reflect. So, you get that and you can relate to it. How do you relate to this topic? And then the good deed. Okay, so that way you guys can play this live back. Like, what is the wheels again? Okay, so yeah, email me if you have anything you would like me to add. There, I'm going to add. I'm going to have to definitely remove some things off the wheel, you guys. Yeah, there's some things on this wheel that needs to go on some of these wheels. Not even just one, like some of them. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much, Dee and Allison, even Skylar, if you're playing the replay, for coming on in and sharing your midweek check-in. I highly appreciate you guys. Okay, I highly appreciate my loyal supporters who support me, show me some love on my channel. It means the world to me. Okay, I wrote down some notes so I could check in with you guys. You guys didn't know that, but I was taking some notes on my notepad so that way when it's next week, I will ask you, a follow-up question because I care like that. I care about you guys. I really do. Okay. Allison, thank you so much. Dee, like always, thank you so much for your input. And I hope you feel better. Okay. I know you're still sick, fighting off that flu, and now you got these allergies tearing you up. You feel better soon. Okay, Dee. I hope I catch you guys live tomorrow. I'll probably do a live. Like I said, the panel looks different. It's still the same where you can come on up and speak if you want. But it's just more of a relaxed live, more relaxed. We can talk about whatever the heck we want to talk about. But yeah, so that's about it. Let me read what you guys are saying and then I will close on out. Dee says it's funny how it takes I know 4 spins to get a deed for me. That is, yeah, I need to touch up and that's, yeah, I got to touch my deeds up, man. I mean, a lot of them are good. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them are good, but I will definitely love some participation. So if you guys got some deeds that we can do for our week challenge, definitely email me. Or if you don't want to email me, you can definitely just wait until I go live again. Like, hey, Chrissy, I thought of some things to add to your wheel. Okay, definitely. Let's see. The good deed killed me. It's almost like you can pay your taxes on there. I know, right? Alan says, "Oh dang, I feel better. Oh, feel better soon, D. Oh, hey, that's so sweet of you, Allison." There's another wheel, but I'm not going to go into that because I'm closing. I know I'm getting ready to go, but I did make one more wheel. Now this one is actually a game, but this wheel is for lives, like for random people to come on in. I didn't want to share that wheel yet, and it's not even related to mental health. This is an actual game. Okay, so we'll probably play this tomorrow. If I go live tomorrow, we can play this. We can play this game tomorrow. But anyways, you guys, Allison, you have a wonderful night. Okay. I know this went really long. Typically, I'm trying to make my midweek check-ins at least an hour or two. So do know that midweek check-ins won't be this long. I'm trying to aim for it to be that long. I was not meaning for them to be this long. I kid you not. But I still hope you enjoyed, okay? And feel better, Dee. And I will see you guys when I go live again. And you can click out now, Allison. I'm just reading what Dee said, okay? You can click out now if you want to. Dee says, if I timed my emails when you're just about to go to sleep, I can sabotage. Oh, you better not, Dee. You better not. No. Don't you sabotage my my deed by emailing me, because I might check. I'm gonna end up checking it. I'm like, Dee, no. Oh my gosh. Do not email me at night. Okay, don't email me at night. Allison says, thanks. This definitely brought my mood way up. Good night, Chrissy and Dee. Oh, I am so happy that it did, Allison. Awesome. Awesome. All right, you guys. And we are out.